Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome. Oh, just jumping on, just say hi, see how everyone is doing. How are you doing? Feel free to come in and say hi. Just an impromptu live, just to say hello to everyone, see how you're doing. If you haven't come across this community before, we are a menopause wellness community, and we come on here and just chat about the menopause, of course. If you've got any questions about it, I wanted to come on particularly. This is not a scheduled live. I just wanted to come on to just remind everyone that we are having our first face-to-face event, and this month actually, 20th, Monday the 20th, and it's a free event, and tickets are available. So if you're interested in the tickets and coming along, just go ahead and grab your tickets before they run out. So just one thing to say about that. And also as well, we do have our book available now. So our book, Hot, Wise and Unapologetic, that book is ready, available, and you can get this. And I'm going to be, probably this month, I'm going to be making it available as an ebook as well, so you can get that there as well. But how is everyone? Do come in and say hello. If you've got any questions, if you're interested about the menopause, if you want to say anything about it or just ask questions, just let me know. Just do let me know. It was a quick impromptu live. This is not a scheduled live, but I just wanted to come on and say hi to see if I see anyone in the community that I haven't spoken to for quite some time. It's been a while since I've jumped on a Saturday, particularly on a Saturday. So just to see if everyone is good. So do let me know how you are doing. I think tomorrow we are on at 8 p.m. So our scheduled lives are Tuesdays, Thursdays and Sundays. And tomorrow, I think we're going to be talking about the importance of regular fittings for women, obviously. Regular fittings during menopause. That's fittings of bras, because we do. It's important because our breasts do change a lot during this time of life. And sometimes we don't recognise it. So it's important to stop and go and get fitted. You'll be surprised what happens, the changes that will take place. But welcome everyone, welcome. I didn't mean to tap this screen, you know. If you haven't come across the community before, we meet up 3 times a week, just for an hour. And we're just a community of like-minded people supporting each other during our journey. Okay, it can feel very lonely out there sometimes, absolutely lonely. The symptoms are just horrendous. Some of the symptoms are horrendous. I've got a list here actually, and we've got lots and lots of symptoms. And I do believe that there are so many more symptoms than this. So many more symptoms. I'll just read some of these symptoms out. Some of the symptoms. And these are symptoms, perimenopause and menopause symptoms. They are, okay? And these obviously are recorded symptoms. I truly believe there are symptoms that people haven't spoken about, and you're probably thinking when I read them out, you haven't said this. All right, so there's insomnia, palpitations, there's weight loss, vaginal dryness, hair loss, dry skin, muscle pain, hot flashes, however you will describe them, low libido, anxiety, pain during being intimate, migraines, blood sugar spikes, brittle nails, acne, blood pressure dips, incontinence, depression, eczema, I always say eczema, blood pressure spikes, you got vaginal atrophy, dizziness, fatigue, weight gain, panic attacks, joint pain, nausea, all these, frequent urinations, fatigue, high libido, frequent UTIs, facial hair, dry mouth, dry tongue, excess mucus. You've got incontinence back there. Hi, Just Empress, how are you? I didn't expect, I wasn't going to come on today. I thought I'd just jump on, give myself a break from the laptop. Yeah, incontinence back there, bloating, itching, tinnitus, this ringing in the ears, worsening allergies, irregular periods, vertigo, gum pain, brain fog, dry eyes, psoriasis, thrush, flooding, acid reflux, rage, burning tongue, brittle, dry hair, metallic taste in the mouth. Thank you very much. Metallic taste in the mouth, vaginal itching, rosacea. That is a skin condition. I've not pronounced it correctly. Electric shocks, restless legs, pins and needles, random tears, metabolism changes. Okay, I'm going to continue. Food cravings, particularly sugar. People always talking about me that they crave sugar. It could be any type of food cravings, to be honest with you. Breast pain, extra heavy periods, forgetfulness, lack of concentration, shortness of breath, unpleasant body odour, tingling hands, tingling feet, fluid retention, clumsiness, underarm odour, blurry vision, chills, voice pitch changes, loss of bone density, irregular heartbeat, severe cramping, increased hair, breast changes. I just mentioned about that, the importance of going to get bra fitting. Go and get your fitting on a regular basis, particularly when you're navigating through the menopause. So breast changes, skin sensitivity, numbness to hands, numbness to feet, extra long periods, depth perception issues, paranoia, constipation or bowel issues, fluid retention, I've said that, difficulty swallowing, back pain, indigestion, bleeding gums, crawling skin, irritability, bad breath, aching teeth. There's so many more. I do believe there's probably, someone mentioned to me actually the other day, there's 500 symptoms. There's so many symptoms, absolutely so many symptoms. Welcome to the Menopause Wellness community, everyone. This is not a scheduled live. This is an impromptu live. I thought I'm going to take a break from my work on my laptop and just come and just see how everyone is, particularly those I don't get to see during the evening. We join up and have a live every Tuesday, Thursday and Sunday evening. And it's just for an hour, 8 p.m. British summertime, just for an hour, just to support each other around our journey. Absolutely. You're not alone out there. Absolutely not alone. If anyone's seen the slogan, it's many voices, one community, embracing our journey together. That's what we're doing. This is what we do here, 3 evenings a week. There were also things I wanted to also mention, that we are having our very first face-to-face event on the 20th of October. It's going to be in Sidcup. It is on a Monday, but it's a free event. It is absolutely free, 10 till 1. So if you are wanting to attend, if you are available, please go and grab your tickets. Go and grab your tickets. The link's in the bio. Click on the bio link and you can go and get your tickets, because it is a ticketed event. So you will need tickets to attend the event. So that's going to be happening on the 20th. The event is going to be about community, empowerment and wellness. We are going to be there for those 3 hours. There's going to be guest speakers. There's going to be activities that you're going to be able to get involved in. You're going to be able to book yourself a massage, a chair massage. You're going to be able to speak to and book yourself a free session with a therapist. There's going to be lots of different things there. Okay. Also, remembering, I'm always going to do it. We now have our book available. Our book, Hot, Wise and Unapologetic. This is now available. So this book is all about empowering menopause warriors. And it's also about empowering those who are about to embark on their menopause journey. Okay, so the book's available now. I've just was speaking to a friend actually, and the book is paperback, but I am going to be making this available as an ebook also. So that will be, I'm going to get it done this month actually, just in time, because it's menopause Awareness Day, isn't it, on the 18th of this month? So we're going to get that done as well. But welcome everyone, welcome to the Menopause Wellness community. For those of you who are probably thinking, who is this damn woman chatting away? I am Jackie. If you've missed the information that's come up, I'm Jackie. I'm actually a menopause wellness practitioner, as well as a menopause nutrition and weight loss management practitioner. So I set up the menopause wellness community probably since March, actually. We've been meeting up on here, and just to support each other. Just to support each other. Hi, Juicy Fruit. How are you? Welcome, welcome. So if you are interested in being part of the community, part of the Menopause Wellness community, all you need to do is just follow. We only meet up on TikTok. We just meet up here. And what I will say to you, if any of the lives, if you go onto the page and see that you've missed a live and you thought to yourself, oh, I would have liked to be part of that live. We've had hair health and hair loss. We have had also all things menopause. That's going to be a monthly feature now. We've also had childhood trauma and menopause. We've had mindset and motivation. All the lives, we load them up to our YouTube channel. So we do have a YouTube channel. So if you've missed any of the live, you can go back and watch on our YouTube channel, the Menopause Wellness Community YouTube channel. Now, the only lives I cannot upload is going to be the music lives. When we have our karaoke nights or our dance, music and laughter nights. So that's the only one we can't upload on YouTube, but everything else is on there. But if you have any questions around menopause, feel free to ask those questions. You know what? The menopause is something that it's one of them things that as you navigate through it, you learn more about it. I would say to you as well, if you want to find out more about the menopause, there are reliable sources out there. Go and find some reliable sources. Do your research. I'm always encouraging people, go and do your research. We are actually navigating through the menopause. That is one journey we are navigating through. And beside that journey, we're actually walking a second journey. Navigating through a second journey to find out what works for us, because one size does not fit all. Absolutely does not fit all. So it's different. It's going to be different for me. It's going to be different to someone else. So yeah, we have community ambassadors as well. I see one of our community ambassadors in the house. I have to give them a shout out. Just Empress. We also have Lulu. We also have Samantha, Claire and Poetic Angel. They are our 5 community ambassadors. And Just Empress is with us today, actually. Thank you, Just Empress, for jumping on. Oh, hello there. All the best from Bonnie, Scotland. Hi, Anna. Is it Anne? Anne2413. Hi, from Bonnie, Scotland. Wow. Welcome, welcome. Thank you all for the follows. Thank you for the reposts. Thank you for the likes. Absolutely in Perry at 51. I'm going to call you Only. Thank you very much for the heart me. You are 51 and you are absolutely in perimenopause. Have you had it confirmed? Have you had it confirmed? And I hope that your GP is a GP that listens to you and understands. Do you know what? It's so frustrating. I heard someone's post today. I listened to someone's post that they went to the GP and they said that they were going through the menopause and the GP sent them away again. I understand and I hear them and I understand them, because this is exactly what happened to me. That was part of my journey. And this was my reason for setting up the Menopause Wellness community. My GP does not actually know that I am in postmenopause. And I've been in postmenopause for about 5 years now, because I was sent away 3 times. Even the blood test that I had showed that I was not navigating through my menopause. So it was unreliable. Unfortunately, it was unreliable at the time for me. And so I just decided to walk away from my GP the 3rd time when I went there and journey on my own with no support. And it felt really lonely. And this is a part of the reason why I set up the Menopause Wellness community after I got educated a bit more about my menopause journey. Hi, C. Taylor. I'm 54. What menopause, Anna? Okay, so you're 54. Are you still having menstrual cycles? Because remember, there's 3 stages of menopause. And I'm going to say this, and I don't mind saying it again. And this is the thing. Ask questions because you're not sure, right? So there are 3 stages of menopause. There is perimenopause, also referred to as premenopause, I will say. It's also referred to as premenopause. So perimenopause is when your menstrual cycle starts to become erratic. Now, what does erratic mean? If your menstrual cycle is regularly on a 21-day cycle, 24-day or 28-day, whatever cycle it is, that is a norm for you, okay? When you start becoming erratic, say your menstrual cycle is earlier or later than anticipated, or it comes 1 month and then you miss 2 months, you skip 2 months and then you see a cycle again, that is erratic to you, okay? Whatever is not normal for you, that is what we're going to class erratic. This is perimenopause. And perimenopause can happen they generally say it happens around 51 in the UK. However, we know that we can take that with a pinch of salt because there are many women that will experience it a lot earlier than 51. I started my menopause journey my perimenopause journey at 42. There are people in the community that are in their late 30s. There are people in the community, the youngest is 29. Perimenopause, okay? And perimenopause is generally, if you look up perimenopause, it will generally say it's around on average, it's around 4 to 8 years. Again, I was out of the norm. I experienced perimenopause for 10 years. There are people in the community that are on their 12th year, that are on their 15th year of perimenopause. Once you hit perimenopause, what will happen is when your body is ready, your body will go through a phase where your menstrual cycle will not be seen for 12 consecutive months. That is your 12 months of no cycle. And then after the 12th month, that 1 day is menopause. Menopause is only actually 1 day. That day is menopause after the 12 months. So you've got to go 12 months, no cycle, no spotting or anything, okay? Then you're in menopause for that 1 day. The day after the menopause, then you are in postmenopause. Well, I get asked a lot, so when does menopause stop, Jackie? I will say now, it doesn't. We are after postmenopause, we are in postmenopause for the rest of our lives. For some women, the menopause symptoms will subside, maybe disappear. For other women, the symptoms will remain. Once I hit postmenopause, as I said, postmenopause, I've been in for 5 years. My postmenopause, my symptoms are there. And I just know how to navigate through them a lot better than I used to navigate through them. What I will say to you is that sometimes, depending on what's going on, there's a lot of factors as well that we need to take into consideration. What we're eating, what exercising, or what should I say, not exercise, how we're moving our bodies. Because, our bodies do not like to remain still for long periods of time. So there are a lot of factors that we need to take into consideration. Life stresses as well. That can exacerbate symptoms too. So we just need to be mindful about that. And sometimes the weather, some activities can exacerbate our symptoms as well. Just for instance, I know if I have a hot shower, my hot flushes will come back with a vengeance. Okay, if I have a hot shower before bed, I am going to have some serious night sweats that night because of the hot shower. So there are going to be things that we just need to be mindful about what we are doing. Alcohol can exacerbate your symptoms as well. So it's just getting to know our bodies. Okay, so these are some of the reasons why, again, I set up the menopause wellness community just as a safe space for individuals navigating through the menopause. And also individuals are about to embark on their menopause as well. They can come along and just ask questions. I have followed you from the start. It makes me chuckle with the multiple glasses and... Hi, Anne. How are you? Thank you for the follow, everyone. Thank you for the follows. Thank you for... So, C. Taylor. when you are saying that which menopause you're in, I'm just going to catch up with the messages now. So if you don't have any menstrual cycle at all, and you haven't done for 12 months or more, you will now be in postmenopause. You've had your menopause that one day and you'll be in postmenopause. And even when you research postmenopause, it actually says that you are solidly in postmenopause after 24 months of having no menstrual cycle. He just tells me for the contracted no CVR. Oh, only, is it only Franz? Hi, only Franz. Is that your GP? Yeah, what the thing is with you'll find that when our estrogen levels start to fall, if you look up estrogen and what it does, this hormone, this, I won't even call it a tiny hormone, because our estrogen plays a big part in a lot of things. Our heart health, our brain health, our digestive system, so many things estrogen supports. So when it's declining, this is the first thing that we will tend to generally find, that we may put on some weight around the tummy area. Yeah, digestive. And the estrogen plays a big part in a lot of our things. So we just have to be mindful about, again, lots of different things, what we're eating, what exercises we're doing. That's if you can go out and do exercise. You may not be able to do exercises, but there's always going to be something that you can find that you can do. That's good that you've read a lot. Research, always do research. Yeah, do your research. Set free. Hi, how are you? Thank you very much, Bella. What is good for menopause? Okay, menopause is such a huge word, right? First and foremost, I would ask you, have you seen your GP? And I can say a lot of things. You can go and try a lot of things. I have got some lists that I can send over to you. I've got lists of foods that are going to be useful during the menopause. I've got lists of herbs and spices. I've got lists upon lists of things that, it's trial and error. You don't know if something's going to work for you until you actually use it, right? Some people go the HRT route. Some people go the route of natural remedies. It is highly up to you what is going to work for you. You're not going to know until you try it. So when you're asking what is good for menopause, please, what symptoms are you experiencing? Just for example, I experience a lot of brain fog, but what I've been using is lion's mane. Now, lion's mane comes in so many different forms. It's so overwhelming. It can be overwhelming. It comes in tea form, powder form, tablet, capsules, so many different forms. So I chose to take tea bags. The tea bags are working for me. Yeah, along with other things that I take as well. But Set Free, if you send me a DM or go onto the page and click on the community's email link, it will open up an email and you can email me and I will send you over today. I will do that today. Send you over the food lists I have as a suggestion. It will tell you the food group. It will tell you the health benefits and also tell you the suggested weekly intake for it to be of benefit. I can send you over that. Herbs and spices, I've got a list of nuts that are good as well. So I can send that over to you. Just reach out to me, please. I've had 3 blood tests that show I'm postmenopause, but GP says I'm not because I'm full. Oh my goodness me. Blue Ella, thank you for sharing that. Oh, do you know, I think it was, what's today? Saturday. On Thursday, we had a guest speaker on, Preta Boddington, and we was talking all things menopause, and she highlighted GPs only actually have, and this is not to downplay GPs only have 1 hour of menopause training. That's not a lot. I always say they don't have any because an hour isn't no time. Yeah. So when you go to see your GP, it is so important to be an advocate for yourself. Jot down the information. Jot down exactly what your symptoms are, how your symptoms are impacting you and your life. So if your night sweats are keeping you up at night to the point where you're only getting 2 hours sleep, jot that down. Let your GP know how your night sweats are impacting you. Because unfortunately, thank you for the heart me. Unfortunately, okay, as I said, I'm not downplaying GPs, they do a great job, but they only have 1 hour of menopause training. Unless a GP is specialized in menopause, then they're going to know a lot more. So when it comes to our menopause, we have to be an advocate for ourselves. We need to stop apologizing. We need to be unapologetic. We are not going to keep apologizing for our symptoms. We know what we're experiencing. So when we go to the GP, we're going to tell them exactly what we're experiencing. And when they send us away and say, no, you're not going through the menopause, go and seek some advice from another GP. I hear you, Blue Ella, because I was sent away 3 times. And this is why I went and educated myself and I became a qualified menopause wellness practitioner as well as a menopause nutrition and weight loss management practitioner, because my GP fobbed me off. Okay? Because they told me I wasn't going through the menopause. I was 42, 2 years older than you. And my hot flushes, my night sweats actually started, and that's why I knew I was going through the menopause. But yeah, I was sent away 3 times. I would suggest you go and see another GP. Go and get a second opinion. We are absolutely entitled to a second opinion. Don't let anyone tell you what you're not going through, because this is when we start walking away and feeling that, am I going insane? The GP's telling me I'm not navigating menopause. I'm not going through the menopause because I'm too young, or that's what I shouldn't be feeling. Yeah. Your body's telling you these signals, giving you these signals for a reason. Okay? Absolutely. Go and get a second opinion. Hi, Lucinda. Something happened to my mum. She had symptoms for over 10 years before menopause was even brought up. This is the thing. The thing is, right, with our mothers, with our grandmothers, they probably, I know my mum never spoke about her menopause. She speaks about it now and she still says to me, I didn't go through any of those symptoms. She dealt with it. We are not keeping silent now. We're speaking about it more and more. We are speaking about it more openly now. Our mothers and our grandmothers wasn't really speaking about it. They probably mentioned the menopause as the change, right? They called it the change. And they wouldn't really speak about it because they kept it to themselves. But I'm telling you now, you see this generation, us as females, we're not keeping quiet. We're not going to be apologising for it. When we have those sweats in the middle of a conversation and when we have a brain fog, please don't apologise. We're not going to be sweats in the middle of a conversation and when we have a brain fog, please don't apologise. We're not going to be So yeah, 10 years before, because GPs, I did a lot of research around the menopause. And you know what they used to do back in the day? And it's so sad. Back in the day, this is years ago, I'm talking about maybe 15, 20 years. Mind you, that's not a long time, right? 15 to way before that, actually. What they would do is put women going through the menopause in asylums. We were locked up. Because what we was experiencing when we communicated about our symptoms, people would think that we were insane. It wasn't taken seriously. So it's so refreshing now that actually we've got platforms like this. We have women speaking up about their menopause. We have women advocating for other people. So it's so refreshing to hear that, because when you look back in history and in time, women were literally put in asylums because of their menopause. That's not good. Absolutely not good. There's got to be a change. There has to be a change. We're not going to be suffering in silence anymore. Curly, how are you? Issues with my skin, my face is awful. What do you suggest? Okay, so with your skin and your face, is it due to menopause? That's the first thing I would ask you. Is it due to menopause? Are you actually navigating through the menopause at the moment? Because skin is, acne is a symptom, can be a symptom. There may be other reasons why, and this is why I ask you, are you navigating through the menopause? So acne is there. Remember, when our estrogen level starts to decline, our skin becomes a lot thinner, it can become dry, it become be itchy. So there's lots of things there that can be going on. What you can do is you can go and see your GP, or you can just start trying to replace some oil. Collagen. Our collagen is low, right? There's ways we can replace our collagen. And when I say ways we can replace our collagen, it may be that you go into the herbal shop and get some collagen powder and have that alongside everything else you're having. There are going to be products that you can use. Please be mindful what products you use. Also, when you are looking at products, do your research on the products as well, please. I use the Yuka app. I'm not promoting it. I don't get commission for it. The Yuka app has been a game changer for me. I scanned the product and it will tell me if it's good, if it's excellent, good, poor. It gives you the green light. And it will tell you why it's poor. It may have too much, I know it's a food type, it may have too much sugar, or it may have too much artificial synthetic things in there. So just use apps and do your research before you actually put anything onto your skin or into your body. That's one thing I would say to you. We have to be, as we're getting older, as we're getting more graceful, more beautiful, we have to be mindful about what we are doing, what we decide to put on our skin and in our bodies. Really be mindful about it. So there's going to be lots of things out there. Do your research. And as I said, trial and error. Give yourself some compassion and grace. During this journey, you are not going to know what is going to work for you until you actually try it. Okay, be consistent with your trying and see if it works. But also be in tune with your body, because your body will give you signs, symptoms of actually this isn't right for you. So listen to your body. What's your opinion on HRT for black women? Hi, Lucinda. Is it Luce? It's not Lucinda. I'm pronouncing your name incorrectly. Apologies. HRT, okay, I'm going to be honest. HRT, hormone replacement therapy, for those of you who are not sure what HRT is, but I'm just going to say that because I'm not presuming that everyone knows HRT. Hormone replacement therapy, it's not for everybody, okay? Personally, I am not an HRT girly. I did a lot of research on HRT, and the research that I came across, I wasn't prepared to take a gamble on the cons in that it could impact your heart. I wasn't prepared to take that. And personally, that's why I wouldn't take it. Now, your question, what do you think for HRT? It's entirely up to you. As I said, one size doesn't fit all. And I would not say to you, don't go and take it. If you try it and it works for you, that's fantastic. But what I would say when you are trialing anything, trialing HRT, be consistent with using it and just record your symptoms. If it's adding symptoms, then record it and go back to your GP and have a review. Because even those women on HRT, they go back for a review. There is something called body identical HRT, body identical hormone replacement therapy. I came across this a short while ago and I'm still doing some research. Apparently this body identical HRT is supposed to be better than HRT, because as you know, HRT, I'm very much, anything in a lab is not normal. It's not they say that HRT is okay to use. It's natural. It's been made in a lab. I still try to get my head around how can anything be natural if it's made in a lab. But body identical hormone replacement therapy is supposed to be less synthetic than HRT. And it's supposed to have the hormones, the chemicals they use is more identical to the body hormones. I'm still doing research on that. If anyone knows about it, do let me know in the chat. I'm still doing research on that. Personally, for me, I would not. And then you're probably thinking that I'm skirting around the answer. I just wouldn't use HRT myself. There's some people in the community that are on HRT and it's working well. There's some people in the community that HRT, they said that it hasn't worked for them. I feel as a black woman, you're going to have to try it to see if that's something that you want to do. Try it and see if it works. Yeah, it's an individual thing, isn't it? I just feel that I would never use it and it's just never for me. Something happened to... Okay, I just got turned away from my GP. Yeah, it's really sad when I hear that your GP has turned you away. And if your GP has turned you away, go and see another GP. Ask to see a second GP. Or ask your GP, can they refer you to a menopause clinic? Or do they have on-site a menopause nurse, a menopause practitioner? Ask those questions. Someone who's going to know that GPs only actually have an hour of menopause training. What an hour? We can go down the road and catch the bus from A to B and it takes an hour. An hour is not a long time. Absolutely not a long time. This is not to poo-poo GPs. It really isn't. Okay? But an hour of menopause training is not a lot. You are going to know a lot more than that GP that has had an hour training. Those GPs who have more training, they're going to know a lot more. So be an advocate for yourself. Go to your GP and be absolutely prepared. Jot down everything. I'm always talking about thank you very much for the roses. I'm always talking about and suggesting to have a menopause tracker. There are actually menopause trackers out there. I got told the other day that they're actually a menopause tracker app now. I can't remember, menopause tracker. There is a menopause tracker app out there. I know a lot of people would use their menstrual cycle trackers to track their menopause as well. So I would just track it in my phone. I would just use a sheet of paper and use it that way. But if you can get hold of the menopause tracker, I haven't used it myself. I will try and remember what it's called whilst I'm talking because it will come back to me. You can actually track your menopause. And when I say to women, track your menopause, just like you used to track your menstrual cycle. And if your menstrual cycle, you was having your menstrual cycle, thank you very much. If you was tracking your menstrual cycle and you started getting a headache, I would want you to jot that down. I would want you to record it. I would want you to record the type of headache you're getting. What does it feel like? The intensity of it. Is it 1 out of 5 or is it 1 out of 10? However you want to scale it. Where is the headache? Is it in the front? Is it in the back? Is it on the side? How is it making you feel? You need to give as much information as possible. So when you go to see your GP, you're not just saying, oh, I'm experiencing headaches. Oh, how long have you had these headaches for? About a week. Oh, it's probably just this. It's probably just this. It's probably just anxiety. It's probably that you're not drinking enough. It's probably that you're not sleeping enough. No, actually, but if you give them enough information, they can rule that out straight away. Absolutely rule it out. And another thing we need to stop doing is stop accepting that we are going through these symptoms. If we're getting headaches and we've had it for a week, oh, it'll be okay. No, our body is trying to tell us something. We need to stop and take notice of what our body's trying to tell us. We need to stop downplaying our symptoms. We really need to stop doing this. Genie Genius, welcome. Okay, and that's fine. But also, one thing that's come up as long as there are going to be times where you get told that you can't have HRT because of a condition you have, that's fine. But always go that one step further. If you haven't done already, ask the question, what are the risks if I was to take it? Yeah. Do the risks outweigh me being in this pain? This is what we need to do. What risks are there if I do take it? Because, a GP cannot turn around and tell you that you have to do something that you feel that is not right. Okay? They cannot tell you. You can do what is right for you. Thank you for all the follows. It's not gone unnoticed. Thank you for all the follows. What was the app called again, please? Mrs. J. I'm trying to remember it. Menopause. Was it menopause? Actually, I'm going to look it up on here because I've got my other phone here. Let me see if I can find this app and I will tell you. Menopause app, and I'll let you know in the chat rather than keep trying to think, because listen, my brain fog, the brain fog is fogging, and the brain fog just comes at the most inconvenient times. I'm telling you. Menopause app. Let me see. Menopause app UK. Okay. A menopause hub. Right. Here it is. Menopause app. Oh, actually, there's a few apps here. There's the perimenopause app, which is a Flow Health. And I believe Flow is also a menstrual cycle app as well. So you've got the Flow. If you go to Flow, FLO, they have an app. Didn't even know they had a perimenopause app. There you go. Just found that out. Also, there is a menopause hub by Cans Meno. I'm going to pop it in the chat. Let me see. Is this an app as well? Oh, Caniston has it. Okay. You see when you do your research, you find out all these things. So I'm going to pop this in the chat. Flow has a comment. Flow. Now, I know that Flow is a app for menstrual cycle, but I've just checked and they have a perimenopause app as well. Flow Health. Pop that in. I'm going to pop that in again because I just put Flow. Pop that in. Flow Health. FLO Health. So look that up and do your research. As I give you this information, do your research. Don't take my word for it, please. Flow Health. They do a perimenopause app. This is for UK. I'm not sure what's about as well. So look, Flow. I'm going to just show you that app. Flow. Can you see that? FLO. They have a perimenopause app. Didn't even know that. So try that one. And also menopauseapp.com. Here we go. Is another one. Menopauseapp.com. There you go. Try that one as well. I have not tried any of those apps myself, so I don't know. If anyone is in here at the moment, and if you have tried a menopause app specifically for menopause, please let us know. Balance app is for menopause. There you go. Mrs. J, Balance app is for menopause as well. There's another one here. I'm going to pin that up, Mrs. J. Thank you for sharing that. I'm going to pin that one up as well so everyone can see. Balance app is for menopause. There are so many different apps out there. So when I started tracking my menopause, I just used my phone and I'm old school me. I used a paper-based menopause tracker. I've got a paper-based one, and that's what I did it with. Between my phone and the paper-based, that's what I did. But there are lots of apps out there. But what I would suggest is when you are tracking your menopause, as I said, we need to document as much information as possible. So you see when you go and see your GP, you see when you go and see a consultant, your information is so enriched that they're not going to turn around and say, oh, come back in a week and I'll see you in a week if this doesn't happen. Your information is so enriched that they can give you, at least an idea of what it could potentially be rather than send you away. Yeah. That's what we need to be doing. Thank you for the follows. Hi, Poetic Angel. This is an impromptu live. I didn't plan to be on here today. The Menopause Wellness Community, generally we meet on Tuesdays, Thursdays and Sundays at 8 p.m. British Summertime. Welcome everyone to the Menopause Wellness Community. If you've just joined us, my name is Jackie. I am a menopause wellness practitioner. Had to think about that. As well as a menopause nutrition and weight loss management practitioner. The Menopause Wellness Community, we meet 3 times a week just for an hour, just to support each other around the menopause. Now, if you've got a question about the menopause and you're thinking, oh, I don't want to ask because I should know. No, actually, no. This is why you want to ask the question, because you don't know. And it's fine. In this community, we don't judge, right? We are many voices, one community embracing this journey together. One thing I will always continue to say, the menopause can feel a lonely journey, absolutely lonely, but it doesn't have to be lonely. And do you know what? It feels like it's taking control of your life. We can absolutely take back control. And this is what it's all about. We're going to take back control. Absolutely take back control. For those of you who I've just joined and didn't hear me talk about our very first face-to-face menopause, it's Embracing Menopause event. It's happening on the 20th of October, 10 till 1. It's free. It's a free event and it's going to happen. So you can get your tickets. If you go to the bio, click on the link, grab your tickets. They are free. It's 10 till 1 and we're just going to have a morning of, early afternoon of embracing menopause, empowerment, wellness, and everything. We're going to just talk about it. There's lots of activities happening on that day. Pauline, welcome. No, I'm not on any hormone replacement. As I said, you know what? When I done the research, the moment I saw that HRT there's a percentage, there's a chance that it could impact your heart health. Nah, I'm too chicken. I am not prepared to give that an inch to even give any issues to my heart. So no, I'm not on any hormone replacement treatment. I decided to take the natural route. So I've been taking, I've tried black coash before. Black coash is good for night sweats. I've tried black coash. I've tried CBD oil. I've tried moringa seeds. I still take them. I'm using cinnamon powder, ginger, maca powder. And it sounds so much. And you think, because we've got a lot of symptoms. Okay, and certain things will only work for certain things. So this is why you end up taking a whole array of things. Cinnamon powder, maca powder, even to the point where I use cayenne pepper. Cayenne pepper is good for the heart. Not lots of it. I will put a tip of cayenne pepper in some hot water and drink it with some honey. What vitamins? I take my cod liver oil. I also take evening primrose and starflower oil. So yeah, it sounds a lot, but over the years, I see what works for me. So yeah, I'm not taking any hormone replacement treatment and I just probably will never take it. That's just me. And I'm not discouraging anyone to go and do it. If you want to try it, it's up to you. Your journey is your journey. Okay. Is that Aisha? Hi, Aisha. Am I saying your name correctly? I know is it Aisha? Red clover. Has anyone tried red clover? Red clover is on my list of herbs and spices, actually. Red clover is on my list of herbs and spices. So anyone would like lists of herbs and spices, of foods. I've got lists on lists on lists. Just reach out to me, either email me or DM me and I can send you over the list today. I will send it over. But yeah, red clover. And I cannot remember off the top of my head what red clover. Do you remember what red clover is good for? I'm trying to find my list actually because listen, this brain fog, it's real. The brain fog is real. Yeah, I do have a list somewhere. But yeah, red clover's on my list. Jackie Moore, welcome. What is it called? What is what called? Is that the app? Sorry, I'm just only going back from I'm totally missed all these comments. Were you talking about the app, Jackie Moore? I'm going to catch up with the comments. Oh, Jones Glow. Hi, you haven't on an early break. Well, welcome. Joined on a break. I don't know if you're still here, but I'm just catching up with the comments now. Welcome to the Menopause Wellness Community. We meet up, as I said, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays, 8 p.m. British Summer Time. This is not a scheduled live. This is an impromptu live. I thought I'd just jump on just to say hi to everyone and also to let you know about our first event. And also remember, the book is now available. Hot, Wise and Unapologetic, A Journey Through Menopause with Power and Grace. This book, I'm telling you, it's your companion. Absolutely a companion. It's got lots of things in there. It talks about advocate, how to just some tips on being an advocate for yourself. It's got menopause. It has information about menopause, perimenopause, menopause and postmenopause. It has information about that in there as well. It also has some real stories in there about menopause warriors. It has self-care check-in sections. It has reflective journal sections. It also has quotes and affirmations in there. It has journal starters. It also has symptom glossary in there as well. Lots of things. This little book is a gem. I say so myself. It wouldn't be able to publish that without the menopause warriors contributing to the book. So I thank the menopause warriors contributing to the book. But thank you for joining, Jones Glow. Low estrogen, mama mia. Yes, low estrogen. Estrogen, however you want to pronounce it. I know the Americans spell it with an O, start with an O. We spell it, our spelling is with an E. Low estrogen. I also have lists on what you... Okay, so our low estrogen. I've got some information on what our estrogen levels, what our estrogen is supporting us with. Our estrogen supports us with brain health, heart health, digestive system, a lot of things, skin, hair, lots of things, our bones as well. So as our estrogen level starts to decline, this is why we're going to experience things like dry skin, itchy skin. We can start, feeling that we are bloating a little bit around the midriff, around the tummy area. It's our estrogen levels. Okay. Yes, we have the estrogen. We have also progesterone. We also have testosterone. There's lots of hormones we have, but our hormones start to decline. So I also have information on hormones, what our hormones look like when it's at its best and what our hormones may look like as it is declining. When we get into postmenopause, what happens is our hormones start to level out. Okay, they start to stabilize. So let's say we had this much hormones before we embarked on perimenopause. And as we go through perimenopause and we get to menopause and we get to postmenopause, what happens is our hormones will then stabilize and level out. We won't have a full quota of it. We'll have some, but not as much as we actually need for those bodily functions to work at their best. And this is why we just need to look after ourselves. Really need to look after ourselves. Right, let me have a look. Body something. I missed the rest of it. Body something. I'm trying to think what it is, Jackie Moore. What you said, body something. Was it for the... Was it the app I was talking about? Or what was I talking about? Remind me what I was talking about and I will try and remember. They can't turn you away. Mrs. J, they can't turn. No, or you're talking about the GPs. GPs can't turn you away, if that's what you're saying. No, they can't turn you away. They can fob you off. I experienced my GP fobbed me off quite a few times. But again, there are some fantastic GPs out there. My daughter has a fantastic GP where he will send her for all the tests to go in, and, you know, she's got a concern. He listens and he doesn't fob off. But unfortunately, there are some GPs out there that do fob you off. How can we determine where we are in the menopause journey? Oh, good question. Queen Sheba, welcome. How can you determine? Okay, so remember I just mentioned about the 3 stages: perimenopause, menopause, and postmenopause. Perimenopause, your menstrual cycle becomes erratic. It's not the norm for you. That may start becoming earlier, later than anticipated. It may be that you've missed 2 months without a cycle and then you start having another cycle. This is what we call erratic. This is perimenopause. Menopause is only actually 1 day. Menopause is only actually 1 day. But what leads up to that 1 day is 12 consecutive months of no cycle whatsoever, no bleeding at all. If you start spotting, then you need to go back to month 1. So just for example, when I was going through, I thought I was going through the 12 months of no cycle. Month 1 to 5, I had no menstrual cycle. Month 6, it came back. That was my fault, because I started celebrating too early. I was celebrating too early. Month 6, I had a cycle. So month 7, I went back to counting to month 1. And then the next time around, month 1 to 12, I had no cycle. So it's when the 12th month arrives, the day after the 12th month is your menopause. That is menopause, that 1 day. And then after that 1 day is postmenopause. And then we are in postmenopause for the rest of our lives. So it's just where you're at. You can start having symptoms around perimenopause. You may start getting hot flushes. They're quite common symptoms. Hot flushes, or hot flashes, if you want to call them that. Night sweats, brain fog, lack of concentration. So these are some common symptoms that may indicate that you are, and I say may because there could be other things as well, may indicate that you are in perimenopause. I hope that's helped, Queen Sheba. I can send you over a list of the list of the symptoms that I read out earlier on. There are 90 symptoms on here, but there are absolutely more than that. Happy to share the symptoms with you as well. So do let me know if you just reach out, DM me or send me email. You can go onto the profile, go onto the page and click on the email link. It will open up an email for you to the menopause wellness community. There are lots of benefits to HRT. Takes time. Hi, Pauline. Yeah, you know what? Women I've spoken to who are on HRT, they found it fantastic. Other women have said that it hasn't worked for them. So this is what I'm saying. You do not know if HRT is going to work for you until you try it. That's if you want to try it. Remember, you don't have to take HRT. But those of you who are thinking of taking it, you're not going to know until you try. And like Pauline mentioned, it takes time. And sometimes what I've heard from women that are actually taking HRT and it's working for them, they have to go back and review it. Is the dosage right? Is the patch right? Is the gel right? There's so many different, there's sprays. It's a trial and error. So you have to give yourself grace. You have to give yourself compassion while you're trying to navigate and find out what works for you. There are so many different forms of it. Okay. So just, Pauline, it's great that it's working for you. It's absolutely great that it's working for you. You don't know until you try, right? And I believe GP, you can correct me if I'm wrong, Pauline, GPs recommend that you at least try it for 3 months, is it? 3 months before you turn around and say it's not. Yeah. But again, know your body. Okay, someone shared that they started HRT and it didn't work for them. It gave them demonic thoughts. So they went back to the GP and said, I'm not taking that. It can be quite scary and overwhelming if you started experiencing that. So, yes, be consistent in taking whatever you're taking. Be consistent in it. There's no point starting something and having it on week 1 and taking it for day 1 and then day 7. Because you've missed out day 2 to 6. And then the second week, you take it for day 2, 4, and 6 and 7. And then week 3, you're saying, it didn't work for me. You haven't been consistent in taking it. You have to be consistent in whatever you're taking. Be consistent in trying it. For it to, for you to know that it actually works. How can I receive the list from you? C. Taylor, send me a DM or an email. You can go onto the page and click on the email link. It will open up the email to the Menopause Wellness community. And once I see that, I'll send you the information. I probably will ask you what information you would like before, because I don't want to bombard you with all information. Okay. So send me a DM or an email and I'll get that sent over to you. Let me just check if I've seen menopause health tracker. Yeah, that's it. The tracker. And also we'll talk about a menopause wellness kit. Again, I'll explain a menopause wellness kit to everyone. It's nothing fancy. It is absolutely nothing fancy. Yes, thank you, Mrs. J. There is one called Cannes Meno, and that's from Caniston, right? The Cannes Meno is from Caniston. So Caniston is quite a well-known name. We use Caniston, and many women use Caniston, right? For things like yeast infections, those sort of things. So Caniston is a well-known name. And yeah, I saw that. They've got an app as well. Back to the Menopause Wellness Kit. Menopause Wellness Kit, it is literally items that will support you through your menopause journey. Get you through day to day. So these items are personal to you. The Menopause Wellness Kit is nothing fancy. You do not have to go and buy a kit. They are items. So, for example, in my Menopause Wellness Kit, I have fans, a neck fan and a handheld fan. I also have allergen wipes, hay fever wipes, because hay fever wipes, I have got, I have, for some reason, seasonal allergies now. Never had it before. I've now got it. So I have hay fever wipes, packets of them. I have tissues with me as well. I may have sometimes a hardball sweet, particularly if I feel my sugar levels falling, then I just will have a hardball sweet sometimes. So for somebody else navigating through the perimenopause, their menopause wellness kit may consist of sanitary products, may consist of spare underwear, may consist of a spare top, particularly if you are experiencing hot flushes to the point where you are sweating so much that your clothes are damp. So anything that's going to support you to navigate through your day, pop it in your bag. Okay, that's your menopause wellness kit. So whatever you decide it is, you may have a stress ball in there, anything. Thank you for all the follows. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for the reposts. It's not gone unnoticed. If you would like to be part of the Menopause Wellness Kit, please all you need to do is follow and it will notify you when we are back on. As I said, we are here Tuesdays, Thursdays and Sundays, 8 p.m. British summertime. Just for an hour, though, we're here just supporting each other. We do have guest speakers as well. Still got the headaches. I can't wait for oh my goodness me, Jones Glow. I'm sorry that you still got the headaches. I'm really, I hope the 20th can't come quick enough. But I'm glad that you went to see your GP, because having a headache every single day is not normal. For 2 months is not normal. Okay, I'm chatting your business, sorry. But yeah, I'm glad you went to see your GP and I'm glad they've referred you to go and get a scan. Absolutely. It is not normal. And this is what I'm saying, ladies, why do we downplay everything? And I know life takes over. Life takes over. Life happens, right? We have our families that we're trying to manage and raise, and we got our jobs that we're doing. We're managing a household. We're doing so many things that we put ourselves last, and it's not good. So when we do have, symptoms like headaches and migraines, and we're not feeling right, our stomach's hurting us, we kind of downplay it and think, oh, it'll be all right tomorrow. No, it won't be all right tomorrow. Stop, recognize it, and do something about it. Go and see your GP. We can't keep putting ourselves last like that. We need to continue. What we need to do is choose ourselves first, because without you, your household is not going to be managed well. That's the reality. Absolutely. Okay. Please look after yourself. Thank you for the shares. Thank you for the likes. My doctors don't give me any advice. Oh, Samantha, thank you for sharing that. That's not nice. So if you feel that your GPs are not listening to you or giving you advice that you need, ask them if they can refer you to a menopause clinic, a menopause practitioner. They may have a menopause nurse. Ask the question, because sometimes I feel that a GP is so busy with running their practice and seeing all their patients, they're not thinking about, actually, does this person need this? So ask the question. Okay, ask for a referral. You're entitled to it. You're entitled to a second opinion. Go and see another GP. If you've got other GPs in your practice, go and ask to see another GP. You're entitled to do that. You don't have to be loyal to your GP just because they've been the family GP for years and years. Okay. Hi, Nanny. Is it Nanny SL? Welcome. Doctors only see you for one thing now, so when you go through list. Yeah, so I would always say go and get a second opinion. If something, when we have our gut feeling that something is not right with us, please stick with your gut feeling. Our gut feelings are there for a reason. We need to stop dismissing our gut feelings. Absolutely. Mrs. J, you're correct. Your GP should be telling you the risks before prescribing. However, sometimes some GPs are fantastic and they will tell you the risks. And this is why we need to be a better advocate for ourselves. Because if a GP is prescribing me anything, I'm going to say, what is it for? And I don't care. I will look on my phone and look at what is it prescribed for. Why are you prescribing me this? What are the risks of taking it? Because sometimes the risks are only there recorded if people are communicating the risks. When you go and take medication, any medication that you take, you open the leaflet that's inside the medication and it will tell you the side effects. Those side effects are only recorded because people have shared their side effects. The side effects won't be recorded unless you share it. So there are going to be side effects that you may experience is that not on that list because people have not shared it. Okay, but absolutely, Mrs. J, I agree with you. GPs should be telling us the risks, but sometimes they don't. So we have to ask those questions. What are the risks? What are the risks for me? I don't want a generalization. I don't want it generalized. I want to know what the risks are for me. Amina, hi, how are you? Welcome to the Menopause Wellness community. Thank you for all the follows. Thank you for the shares. Thank you for the likes. I'm just checking all the comments. Mel, is it Mel BZ? Hi, how are you? Jet, how are you? I'm shortening your name just because do you know what? I've got a pet peeve about pronouncing names incorrectly. So I may shorten your name. Do apologise for shortening your name. How are you? How is it going? Dizzy spells are so hard to cope with during perimenopause. User 252. Thank you for the comment. Yeah, dizzy spells are horrible. Vertigo is quite common, is another common symptom. Dizzy spells where, like, when you get up, when you feel like you get up too fast and you have a dizzy spells. What I'm experiencing at the moment as well, on top of the dizzy spells, and they just come on all of a sudden, don't they? What I experience as well is sometimes I cannot walk forward. I'm always walking to the side. I went out for a walk with my husband a couple of days ago, and he just gives me the space. But I'm walking towards him. He'll be on my left side, and I'm literally walking to the left, more so walking straight. Yeah, we've got a lot to cope with, right? Absolutely a lot to cope with. This is why we've got to stop being apologetic about what we're going through. You know, we've got to be unapologetic about this. I have stopped saying sorry for anything. When I'm at work, I do a lot of training. And if I have brain fog, I am not apologising. I stop apologising. I just have to say to my learners that I've got training, just give me a moment. I'm having a brain fog. Just give me a moment. I'll be back on track in a minute. I stop apologising. Is it Treacle72? Hi. No, it's not great. It's not great. I hope it went well. Menopause isn't great. But do you know what I would say? Menopause, you see, once you are able to be in the position where you can embrace your menopause, okay? Because I'm telling you, women, when you go through your journey, when you're navigating through your journey, it changes you. It absolutely changes you. I realised as I got older and as I was starting to navigate through the menopause more and more, or this journey more and more, I ain't taking people's BS anymore. I'm saying no to you a lot more than I used to. I'm liking me a bit more than I used to. I've changed, I've evolved. And that's because I'm embracing my journey. Absolutely embrace it. Hey Claire, how are you? Claire is one of our community ambassadors, right? I got to give out again a shout out to our community ambassadors. Claire, Samantha, Poetic Angel, Just Empress and Lulu. And we're missing Lulu. She's taking some time out. We're absolutely missing Lulu. Thank you very much. Oh, I know I'm loved. I know I'm absolutely loved. I had vertigo. My GP gave me medication and it went. Okay, vertigo. And yet, this is what I'm saying. You can. I'm glad to hear that you had that and the GP gave you some medication and it went. That's fantastic. Yeah. The fact that you went to your GP and the GP prescribed something for you and it's working, great. Yeah, thank you, Claire. I just thought I'd come on and do an impromptu live and also talk about the 20th, which is days away, isn't it? That it's a free event now. So anyone who would like to come to the Embracing Menopause event on the 20th of October, it's in Sidcup. It is a free event. You can go and get your tickets. Go and get your tickets. It is a ticket event, so you have to get your tickets to come. Hi, Charisse. How are you? I don't know if I pronounced your name. It's not even Charisse, is it? Is it Cerise? Cerise. Hi, how are you? Yeah, it's true. It changes you in my case for the better. Yeah, user 687. Do you know what? This journey, I'm telling you, it's not a nice one. Would I rather not have it? Absolutely. But I've embraced it and I am still embracing it because there's things that are happening and I'm thinking, what is going on? What's going on? I'm embracing it. And do you know what? Yeah, I'm evolving into a new me. Absolutely into a new me. So, yeah. Thank you, Claire. Sonia, good afternoon. How are you? How are you? Hi, Ruby. How are you? I'm just checking your I have reached my yes. Okay. Sorry to hear that, and you will. I was just explaining. I'm not sure how long you've been in the community. Those of you on the For You page, I've got to big you up. Hi, you're not gone unnoticed, okay? If you want to jump into the community and say hi, please feel free to do so. Yes, we do. We tend to put on excess weight on around the stomach area. Okay, like I said, our estrogen levels. Estrogen has plays a big part in so many things: our brain health, our skin health, nails, hair, heart health, bone health, all these things. So when it starts declining, when it starts fluctuating at perimenopause and it starts declining, you're going to see a difference in your body. You're absolutely going to see a difference in your body. But you can take back control. Absolutely take back control. Okay. So I will say, and I probably sound like a broken record, but I'm going to keep on saying it. Please be mindful. We need to be mindful about what we choose to consume. What we choose to consume will definitely have an impact on our health. Will absolutely have an impact on our health. And it can exacerbate our journey. Okay? Particularly things like refined sugar. Oh my goodness me. Refined sugar. I have stopped eating sugar for about 6 years now. I've stopped eating refined sugar. I eat natural sugars, but no refined sugars. So things like white sugar, brown sugar, don't have it. If I have, it's very rare. If I have cereal, I will have porridge. And if I have porridge, I will just throw some blueberries in there. With my herbal teas, I will not have sugar. I always have honey or no honey. So just getting used to just cutting those things out. Probably the last time I had some chocolate, and I like chocolate. I used to eat chocolate every single evening. I believed that I needed chocolate every day. That's how I believed. I believed I needed chocolate every day. And after every meal, I would say to my husband, I want something sweet. I want something sweet. I actually said that last night. I want something sweet. And you know what I had? I had some pumpkin seeds. That's what I had. And I think our bodies, we pick up habits along the way, and we feel that we need this. And so I felt I needed something sweet. I needed some sugar. But actually, do we actually need it? But cutting out sugar out of your diet makes a huge difference. A huge difference. Right? What is it? We talked about with Petra, when Petra was on the other on Thursday, we talked about diet. When we're looking at our diet and our health as a whole, 80% what we eat, 20% exercise. 80-20 or 20-80 if you want to call it that. Right? What we eat, there's no point in saying that we want to lose a bit of round our tummy and then sit there and eat 4 or 5 bags of crisps in the evening and drink like a bottle of wine. It's not going to help. We have to be consistent in doing what we need to be doing, what's best for us, right? I don't like to use the word diet, because diet is different for everyone, okay? But be mindful about what we eat. Our bodies will thank us for it, absolutely thank us for it down the line, yeah? I'm good, Sonia, thank you. I hope you are well too. C. Taylor, thank you. I will check the emails when I come off of this live and send it over to you. But I don't know if you put in the email that what you want. I will respond back to you and say, what did you want again? I will. Listen, this brain fog is real, This brain fog is fogging. Chocolate was a struggle for me. I stopped eating it. Took a while. Yes, user 687. Thank you. And you know what? Give yourself a round of applause. Why do we not celebrate things like this? I stopped eating chocolate. Fantastic. But do you know what? I stopped eating chocolate as well. But you see, when I really want a piece of chocolate, I'm going to eat it. And I'm going to be unapologetic for it. And I'm going to enjoy it. So the last time I had some chocolate was probably about 3 months ago. I'm so looking forward to the next piece of chocolate I eat because I'm going to enjoy it. So I'm not beating myself up about it. But no, that's really good. You need to celebrate that. We need to celebrate those little wins. Absolutely celebrate those little wins. Thank you for the follow. I eat dark chocolate. Yeah, dark chocolate is supposed to be good, right? And it's, dark chocolate. I think there's a certain dark chocolates out there that is really good. And it has to be 70%. Is it the cocoa in it? Queen Sheba. I can't remember. Is it the cocoa, the 70% cocoa that needs to be in it, or 70% of something? I can't remember. I was reading up on that the other day because I was looking for dark chocolate. And the thing is, I don't like dark chocolate. I'm not a big fan of dark chocolate. It's got that bitter taste to it, isn't it? But I suppose if I have it on a regular basis, I'll get used to it, right? But dark chocolate's supposed to be really good. Look, I say I don't eat dark chocolate and I don't like it, but I'll definitely eat it after 8 at Christmas time. Hi Gingerbread, how are you? I'm going through so many. My eyes are ringing. My ears are ringing. Oh, ringing. Yeah, tinnitus. Oh my goodness me. Tinnitus is horrible. Tinnitus is ringing in the ears. Sometimes you get like a high-pitched tone. I experience a high-pitched tone. Some people have said that they experience humming tones. One of my friends said that it sounds like a ship pulling the foghorn. It's horrible. Tinnitus is so horrible. When I first experienced tinnitus, this ringing in the ear, I thought it was an insect. Because my husband calls me bat ears. My ears are really, my hearing is quite good. And I thought it was an insect. And it felt like, it sounded like an insect was buzzing around my ear. So I was literally sitting there doing this, thinking that there was a bug. It wasn't. Tinnitus. It's horrible. And that is on the list for the perimenopause and menopause symptoms. Tinnitus. It's not nice. It's not nice. But I would say to you again, any symptoms that you are experiencing and that you are concerned about, go and see your GP. Write it down. Write it down. How long you've had it. What impact it's having on your life. Go and see your GP about it. Any advice for tinnitus? Yeah, tinnitus is a big one. I'm still experiencing tinnitus. I've just not gone to my GP. All I'm saying, my GP, I've got trust issues with my GP, so I don't do my GP. But go and see your GP about it. I have not come across anything that is useful for tinnitus as yet. I've not come across, because what I first tried was putting cotton wool in my ears, just some cotton wool, and it didn't work. Anyone watching, anyone in the community right now, have you got any advice around tinnitus? I would love to hear that as well. But yeah, it's no. And I've been doing some research on tinnitus as well, something about the inner ear. So I don't know if you can use any ear drops. I would go and speak to a pharmacist to see if you can go and get any drops for the ears. But I don't feel it will take it away. Like I said, you don't know until you try. Yeah, sorry about that, Gingerbread. I'm not sure. I'm with you on this one. I'm still experiencing it. I'm yet to find anything. There must be something natural out there for the ringing in the ears. I'm still on the search. When I find it, I will gladly share it with you. Absolutely share it with you. That's okay, Taylor. C. Taylor. I'm going to definitely ask you. GP don't listen to. Yeah, it's. And this is the thing. If your GP is not listening to you, if you feel you're being brushed away, pushed to one side, get a second opinion. Get a second opinion. Airdrops. Yeah, I'm not sure if the airdrops, it may do. Have a speak to the pharmacist, because I'm hearing that pharmacist, actually, do you need to go and see your GP sometimes? You can actually go and rock up at the pharmacists and they will tell you. Let them know. Just let them know you feel it's a symptom of the menopause or perimenopause, and this is what's been happening. You're getting the ringing in the ears. You believe it's tinnitus. Same thing. And, can they recommend anything for it? Just go and speak to them and let them know how it's impacting on your life. Because tinnitus, I'm telling you, it's not nice. It is not nice. Thank you, Mel. Thank you. It's something to do with the crystals in the air. Yes, Sheba. I was researching that and it is. But yeah. And you will see, remember, our estrogen, this estrogen or estrogen, how you want to pronounce it, it really is a gem. We didn't realize how much we needed it until we started losing it. You know, we didn't realize how much we need it until we started losing it. Absolutely. It's something to do. Yeah. Okay. So, what's the time now? But my battery's going low. I don't even know how long. Let me see this. I'm not going to end. Let me see. Cancel. Just going to see how long I've been on. As I said, this was an impromptu live. I'm glad I came on because I've met so many nice people. It's free. Thank you very much. Thank you, Queen. And as I said, if you want to be part of the menopause wellness community, just give us a follow. There are some really lovely, everyone in the community. It's not just women in the community either. There are some men in the community. There are men here who generally want to know how to support their wives, their girlfriends, their partners, however they wish to call them. And they ask questions. There are men in the community as well. And we meet up every Tuesday, Thursday and Sunday. Can we take estrogen to replace what's lost? Can we take... You can. You have to go and see. You can take, there's gel, there's sprays and things like that. Yeah, hormone replacement therapy. You can. Speak to your GP about it. I was talking about, I'm not sure how much you've been on the chat, Jules. I was talking earlier on about the hormone replacement therapy, HRT, and also body identical hormone replacement therapy. Body identical hormone replacement therapy has been about for quite some time. What is new to it, they've now got a license in the UK to give it to women in post-menopause. They weren't prescribing it to women in post-menopause before. I suppose they felt that you're in post-menopause now, so you've dealt with it and you're at the end of. But remember, post-menopause does not mean the end of the menopause. Absolutely doesn't mean the end of the menopause. Okay? And this is what I'm saying. When we do our research, we are then armed with information. And sometimes we have to take that information to our GPs to educate them also. You know, what I call educate them. We have to, as well as educating ourselves, you know. And there's no shame in educating ourselves because there's so much going on. Thank you for the heart, me. There's so much going on. We absolutely have to educate ourselves. Even though I'm qualified in this and that, I'm still educating myself. There's nothing wrong in that. We don't ever stop learning. Yes, I heard what you said about HRT, but I wouldn't want it. And do you know what, Jules? You respect that. I'm the same. HRT, I'm not a HRT girly, me. I would never take it. I have never wanted to take it. I've been offered it and I've said no. Because I am not prepared to take the risk that there is a risk of taking it. I'm not prepared to take it. And that's just me. One size doesn't fit all. Remember, what we've got to remember is that when we are journeying through this journey, this life change journey, because it does change our life, you know, it really does change our life. When we're navigating through it, what works for us may not work for somebody else. And again, I'll go back to saying, give yourself grace, give yourself compassion, because you don't know what's going to work for you until you try it. But if your gut is saying no, like I say no to HRT, I would never try it. I just will never try it. I'm glad for those who have tried it and it's working, but no. I'm never going to be an HRT girly, me. Just not for me. Post-meno and my health anxieties. Hi, A Journey Through. Welcome. I'm sorry to hear that. And I'm going to ask again, have you got a good GP that you can speak to and support you with? And you know, sometimes the amount of women in the community that have said that they have anxiety, they go and speak to their GP and they get given antidepressants. That saddens me. That really does sadden me. Because sometimes it's like, I'm going to give you this and it's going to help with, you know, your anxiety, but you're not looking at the deeper levels of the root cause of, you know. A journey through, I'm hoping that you have a GP that you can go and speak to, that will listen to you, that will understand, that knows about, you know, those of you, I don't know how long you've all been on here, because I've not been watching the amount of people in the room, but we know that GPs get 1 hour of training for menopause. 1 hour. What's an hour? It's not a long time, is it? What can we learn in 1 hour? Don't get me wrong, we can pick up some interesting information, but an hour of training. This is why when we go to see our GP, we need to be armed with information about you. What are you? How is it making you feel? All those things. I've got to put my phone on charge. It's low battery. Hold on a sec. I don't know how this is going to work now. I've got to put my phone on charge. It's low battery. I'm going to just place it over here. I'm going to put it closer to the door, the window. Hold on a sec. Oh, damn. Sorry. My goodness me. Look, I chat so much that my battery's gone low. I mean, I think it was low, not a high battery before. I'm just going to put this charger in. There we go. I'm back. Right, battery's charging now. Let me just see if I've missed any comments. Yeah, so we've really got to be an advocate for ourselves. We have. And as I said before, if I've said this time and time again, if we feel that we don't have the confidence to be an advocate for ourselves, that's fine. That is absolutely fine, because not everyone's going to be in the same place in life. If we don't feel confident being an advocate for ourselves, reach out to a friend or a family member to come along with you to help you be an advocate for yourself. And that doesn't mean taking over your appointment. But if I went with a friend that asks me to be, you know, support them to be an advocate, they will tell me what they would like to achieve from that visit with the GP or consultant. I'd listen to them. And also, if the GP's asking questions, I feel that that's an ideal time for them to ask a question. And now I'll just prompt my friend and say, oh, like, Janet, didn't you want to ask about this? So that's the way you can get supported. They're not going to take over the whole thing. Just have that conversation. Get someone to support you to be an advocate for yourself. That's what you can do. Because sometimes it does feel like, this is why I don't go and see my GP. If I don't have to go and see a GP, because I just got trust issues with them. But yeah, Jules, do as you feel you need is right for you. Do what's right for you. One thing I really get upset about is when I hear that my GP told me to take this and, I felt kind of bullied into taking it. You don't have to take what your GP is telling you to take. You absolutely don't have to. Yeah? And this goes to show, this is not to do with menopause, but my husband's been on cholesterol tablets for a long time. He had high cholesterol a long time ago. And now his diet has changed dramatically. Okay, and he exercises a lot more. And I've been saying to him for months, stop taking it. Well, no, the GP told me to take it. I said, yeah, but that's then. You've changed your lifestyle now. Stop taking it. He had a call from the GP and they were checking up and doing a checkup, which is fantastic. They're doing checkups. You've been on there. So they was asking him all these questions. And after the conversation, what the outcome was is that he's going to go and get another blood test. What he said to the GP, how long do I need to stop taking these cholesterol tablets before the blood test can show up a natural, give me a normal indication of what my levels are, right? After that phone call, he stopped taking it straight away. So this is what I'm saying about, sometimes we do feel we are pressured into taking things. And actually, when we start taking them, are they right for us? And we're taking them because we felt pressured into taking them. Yeah. Unless it's a serious health condition, unless it's, that's completely different. But sometimes we do feel that we have to take it because the GP said. But ask the question, why do I need to take that? What's the benefits of taking it? What are the risks to me of taking it? That's what we need to ask a bit more. Do more research. And just because a GP is a GP, they're humans. GPs can get things wrong. There's some great GPs out there as well. But don't be afraid to ask the question to your GP. Yeah? If the GP is saying you need to take this, well, why do I need to take it? What's the reason for it? Nothing wrong with asking that question. Absolutely nothing wrong with asking the question. My GPs don't like me though, because I'm always telling them what for. Not in a horrible way, but I've got a bit of medical knowledge, you see, so I will tell a GP certain things and then they'll say, oh, okay. They didn't know. So I'm probably my GP's worst nightmare. Okay. If you are with Journey Through, you can always get a second opinion. A Journey Through Autistic Burnout. Sorry to hear that as well. There are things can I send you, you may have it already, don't have to. Can I send you some information on self-care? It may help, it may not help. You may get it and say, this is not going to help me. That's fine. If you wish, I can send you some information on that as well. I've got information on self-care. And self-care is important generally anyway. But it's even more so we step up on our self-care. We boss up on our self-care when we are navigating through this menopause journey. Absolutely. I'm going to DM after this and see if I can send you some information on it. I think menopause has caused me to question my... And it will do. I understand. I hear you and I understand you. It does. Menopause, you know what? This change of life, however we want to call it, sometimes we can get up and feel like, I'm a morning person, me. And when I get up in the morning, my husband's always saying, oh, you're always chirpy. But sometimes when I get up, I just don't feel like it. I don't even want to get out of bed sometimes. And I feel what we've got to realize is that, do you know what? It's okay to feel like that. This journey will make us feel like that. We are going to feel like that some days. And it's okay that we feel like, sometimes we don't want people around us. We want to be by ourselves. We're sometimes feeling that we are probably going a bit insane. All these feelings that we're experiencing. But we're not alone. We're absolutely not alone. Okay? Reach out to friends, family. We can reach out to our GPs if we've got that relationship with our GPs. Yeah. As much as I say I don't speak to my GP, there are some great GPs out there. Yeah. As I said, my daughter has a fantastic GP. But reach out to people. Join a community. This community is here. I know we're only here 3 evenings a week for an hour, and an hour's not a long time. An hour is not a long time. That's all I can give at the moment. But we also have a WhatsApp group as well. We have a menopause wellness WhatsApp group, menopause wellness community WhatsApp group, that if you want to join, the women in there that have joined, they just reach out to each other as well. Just some additional support. The WhatsApp groups is an extension of the lives. And it's not one of those groups that is pinging off every 5 minutes, to be honest with you. You know, sometimes WhatsApp groups, particularly the family WhatsApp groups, I've had to mute it. Yeah, I've not had to mute this. So they just put in things that are going to be useful and just support each other. And just having that support and having someone that will listen and that someone that will understand that makes a big difference. It can make a big difference. Absolutely make a big difference. Yeah, I'm hearing you and I understand you. Hi Amina, how are you? You're okay. I'm going to reach out to you afterwards and I'm going to send you over some things because, you know, we really need to boss up on our self-care. And whatever self-care looks like to you, whatever it looks like to you, what does it look like? Does it look like that time for yourself? 30 minutes for yourself away from your family members. 30 minutes, that's self-care. What does it look like? Going for a walk? Or does it mean going to get a massage, go for a spa treatment? Does it mean, you know, reading a book? Whatever self-care is to you, that is self-care to you. We have to absolutely boss up on our self-care, particularly as women, because we do so much. We're, you know, working, managing a household, managing the family, managing maybe parents that are not well, looking after siblings. It's a lot. It is a lot. When do you take out time for yourself? When do you actually take out time for yourself? We really need to boss up on our self-care. We do. Absolutely. Oh my goodness. Amina, let's not even talk about receptionists. It's like, do you know what? I don't change GPs often, but I'm trying to remember where I live now. I've been there for 20 odd years. But before that, and another GP, do you find GP receptionists are just a different type of people? I don't know. Let me know. Our GP receptionists, it's like they go to the same school. It's like, I just find them, they're not happy. They appear to be miserable a lot of the time. Don't get me wrong, in all the years that I've been going to GP surgeries, I think I've come across one GP receptionist that has been pleasant. The others are just like, oh my goodness me, yeah, GP receptionist. That's a whole different life, isn't it? And it's like you go there and they don't, your personal information, it's like they just want to tell everyone. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, a journey through. And yes, do you know what? Mum guilt is a thing, isn't it? Mum guilt is a thing. Do you know what I say? I always say, mum guilt is a thing. I always say that. Think about it this way. If you cannot be 100% emotionally, mentally, physically, how are you going to then pour out into your family? How are you going to then pour out into the people that you generally care about and love? I always use that analogy of, you know, we have that half full, half glass half full, half glass half empty, right? But I use a lot of analogies, but you cannot give yourself to somebody else, generally give yourself to somebody else or give something to someone, take it from you that you're not 100% yourself, because you're not giving them quality, are you? So you absolutely have to. And yes, that mum guilt is there, but you just need time for yourself. You absolutely need time for you. there's nothing wrong with being selfish. Being selfish is not, it is selfless. You have to think about yourself. Because if you are not 100%, you can't give to others. You absolutely cannot. Okay. Receptionist wants to. High tabs with a cross. Yeah. Receptionist diagnosed before you see the GP. Yeah, it's true, They do. And it's annoying because you go there and I don't even go to GPs anymore anyway. I just get a consultation on the phone. But then you go there and it's like, what's wrong? And it's like, all right, if I tell you what's wrong, are you going to be able to help me? No. Just give me a damn appointment, right? Yeah, I get it. I don't know. I have a friend who's a GP receptionist, but I will tell her straight. GPS receptionists, why are they so miserable? I don't know. Thank you for all the follows. Thank you for the likes, the shares. Remembering, I'm going to say it again, we are having our very first face-to-face event, the Menopause Wellness Community. Those of you who don't know me, my name is Jackie. I am a menopause wellness practitioner as well as a menopause nutrition and weight loss management practitioner. The Menopause Wellness Community meet up every Tuesday, Thursday and Sunday at 8 p.m. British Summer Time. Only for an hour. We just meet up for an hour and we support each other. We have guest speakers on as well. And we just talk about lots of different things. We don't just talk about the menopause all the time, but if we need to talk about it, we're going to talk about it. We are going to be unapologetic about our menopause journey. That's what we're going to do. And we are taking back control of this menopause because the menopause is not going to break us. It's absolutely not going to break us, right? As I said before, once we start embracing our journey, we feel different. It's going to change us. It's absolutely going to change us. Think of it as, I'm going to use another analogy. Think of it as a butterfly in a cocoon, right? A caterpillar in a cocoon. It's a caterpillar first and it comes out as a beautiful butterfly. Through this journey, it will definitely change us. Absolutely change us. But it's the process that we go through. I facilitated a menopause session last week, actually. No, it was this week I facilitated a menopause session. And this lady said to me, do you know what? I cannot even recognize myself. I'm horrible. I'm horrible to my husband. I'm horrible to my children. I'm just horrible sometimes. And I said, yeah, I understand. Because there's a lot of things going on. There's absolutely a lot of things going on in your body right now that you are trying to get used to. You're trying to get familiar with. You're trying to understand yourself, right? So again, give yourself compassion, give yourself some grace. That's what we have to do. Because we have no choice but to journey through it, right? This is why these groups and menopause practitioners and nurses and clinics are useful, because at least someone can understand what I'm going through. They're not going to say, oh, don't be silly, it's not that bad. No, we're not going to say that. It is damn well bad. It's bloody bad. It's awful. Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Where do you meet? Tabs, we meet online. We meet here. So we go live Tuesdays, Thursdays and Sundays at 8 p.m. British Summer Time. So we're meeting. We have got our very first face-to-face event happening in Sidcup. I know it's not ideal location for everyone, but it is in Sidcup on Monday the 20th of October. It's going to be from 10 till 1. It is a free event, so you can get the tickets. If you go into the bio and click on the link, it will bring you to the tickets and you can just get your ticket, because you will need a ticket to enter. 10 till 1, the day is going to be about, the morning and early afternoon is going to be about community, embracing the journey, empowerment and well-being. That's what we're going to do. We're going to talk about that. Oh, I've got a question actually. Good afternoon, Nandi. How are you? Is it possible to have high H? Yes, it is possible. It is. You can have dips and spikes as well. Dips and spikes. One thing, and I'm going to do a live on this as well. Breast changes. It's interesting what can happen. Changes in the size. It can feel lumpy. Again, estrogen, how we want to call it. It's really important to go for fittings, regular fittings. And I'm talking about maybe every, 3 to 6 months, just to see if there's any changes, because I really, really need a supportive bra. Absolutely need it. Okay? Particularly for my big busty girlies. You'll be surprised the changes that can take place. I went for a fitting the other day, and I love where I go for a fitting. I don't know where everyone gets their underwear from, but I go to the shop that does for big busty girlies, right? What I like about them, they don't measure, like in department stores. You go to a department store and they get the tape measure out, right? And they measure you around the waist and around the bust. This store measures you by the eye. I went in there and I said to them, oh, I've lost a bit of weight. This is the size I'm wearing. And she looked at me and said, oh, you need a 32. And I said, are you sure? She got the 32. Fits me perfectly. They do it with the eye. And I love the store. I will always go there. Go and get your fittings, ladies, because our boobs change. They can change a lot. Postmenopause 9 weeks ago, then oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Is it sugar? Is it sugar? Oh, sugar. Sorry to hear that. So you was postmenopause and then you had a hysterectomy and then, yes. So surgical, your surgery will then spark another level as well. And this is what we call medically induced, surgically induced. Yeah. Did they pre-warn you about this though, sugar? Be interesting to know if they gave you that information before you had it. Not that you would have changed your mind in it, but at least you are prepared because they've given you that warning. We had someone in the community a while back saying that they had surgery, and a week or 2 weeks later, they went back and said, what's going on? Why am I experiencing this one? They didn't actually tell the lady that this is going to be the case. Once you have surgery, then it can trigger some symptoms. And I'm really sorry to hear that all the symptoms have come back like that. But it'd be interesting to hear, did they tell you? This is what they need. They need to tell us. And sometimes, again, we have to take control, as in, you know what, if we know we're going for a surgical procedure, go and do some research. Go and do research and find out what will happen after I have this surgical procedure. Because sometimes doctors and consultants miss this information and don't give it to us. Thank you. Thank you, Tabs. What store is it? Oh, the store, Bravissimo. And I actually don't know what size they start from, but I've always had to go. You know, I've always been a bit big, and so I've always gone there. I used to go to department stores, and department stores are always got just white, and they don't have pretty ones. Now they do, though. I must admit they do now, because they do sell the same brands that Bravissimo have. But I'm telling you, when you go there, they measure you by the eye. And I'm telling you, their training is absolute great. I don't know how many of you know, when you are wearing your bra, at the back of your bra, you're supposed to get 2 fingers in the back like this. Okay? And it's supposed to sit in between your bust, supposed to sit nicely like that. Many of us don't have a proper fitting bra. You need support. The girlies need to be supported. Go and get the girlies supported. It makes a big difference. And it makes a big difference not just in your posture, but it makes a big difference in your confidence. Let me tell you, I went there 2 days ago. And when I walked out of that store, oh my goodness me, I felt taller than I went in the store. The confidence, it boosted my confidence just by getting a proper fitted bra. Telling you. What did your GP go to tell you to take? Jessica. Is it Jessica? Jessica, thank you for sharing that information. So you stopped for 6 months and then you started spotting. So it sounds like that you started... oh, sorry, I sent you an invitation by mistake. I do apologise. I think I tapped on there by mistake. So you stopped bleeding 6 months and then you started spotting. So, and then your GP told you to take, because that sounds like classical symptoms of perimenopause. Remember, you've got to go through a whole 12 months of no spotting, no bleeding. So that will be your spotting now. This month will be classed back as month 1. You have to start back at month 1 again. Both overachievers. Okay, so you've had a full sugar. You've had a full, because you can. There's a partial hysterectomy as well, full hysterectomy. I hope it went well. And yeah, it's not nice. And it's annoying when they don't tell you these things. I had no aftercare either. Oh, that's not good. That's really not good to hear. Please be an advocate for yourself. Push. Sometimes, you know what? We've got to switch. Sometimes we have to switch up our personalities to get what we want. And it shouldn't be like that. It really shouldn't be like that. There was someone who did a post on, it was a gentleman actually. I think his name's Gordy. It always sticks in my mind because he did a post on sitting on a menopause talk at work. And he came out of that post and he done a post saying that he didn't realise exactly what women were experiencing whilst they navigated through the menopause. And he said the saddest thing is if menopause was a male thing that males went through, they would have put something in place already. And that's always stuck in my mind. It probably would. Because look how many things are out there for, what do we call it? I don't know. Some things are out there for men. All these things are out there for men. But when it comes to the menopause, but we're hoping things are changing. We're absolutely hoping things are changing. With this new law, 2026, hopefully it's different. And you know what? Things are changing because we're talking about it more. We're absolutely talking about it more. We're on platforms talking about it. We're being unapologetic for our symptoms that we're experiencing as well. Because people have got to understand, it's not a joke. This is not a joke. I'm sorry to hear that, Sugar. My GP is very supportive of my symptoms and even says I shouldn't be having some. Oh my goodness me, Tabs. Your GP is telling you shouldn't be having some symptoms. I cannot stand when a GP says that. You're telling a GP what your symptoms are, what you're feeling, and they're telling you shouldn't be having that. Oh, go and see another GP. They are dismissing what you're saying. They're not listening to you. That is so damn frustrating. It's so frustrating. I remember going to see my GP many years ago, actually. This is many years ago, but I still hold on to it. Not in a bad way, but it's just an example I'm going to give you. I went to see my GP because anytime I would have my monthlies, right, I would literally feel my ovaries throbbing. And I would go to my GP and I said to my GP one time, I can feel my ovaries throbbing. He looked at me, he said, No, you won't be able to do that. That's not possible. You would never feel your ovaries throbbing. So I walked away from the GP. It just so happened that I was going to see a gynecologist that same month. It was a lady. Her name was Jackie also. And I mentioned to her that what I mentioned to the GP, that I can feel my ovaries throbbing when I'm about to menstruate, about 2 weeks before menstruation. And she said, yeah, you can feel your ovaries throbbing. So it just goes to show you, please don't let anyone tell you that what you're not feeling. Because that's when you start feeling, what, am I going insane? If a doctor is telling you, no, you're not supposed to be feeling that symptom, and don't be silly, you're not feeling it, of course you're going to walk away feeling that you're going insane. Go and get a second opinion. Please go and get a second opinion. It's sad. I can't believe GPs are still doing that. Some GPs. No, I'm not going to downplay GPs. There are some great GPs out there. Unfortunately, I don't have a good one. Some people don't have great ones. If you have a great GP, hold on to your GP. But that's so frustrating to hear that you've been told that you shouldn't be having some of those symptoms. That's annoying. Don't realise what us women go through. Yeah, us women, I'm telling you, we go through a lot. We do. Please, I heard you talking about menopause. Oh, just Jessica, menopause tracker. Yes, we mentioned it earlier on. Menopause. There are some menopause trackers out there. I used a paper-based one, and I use my phone as well. I'm a dinosaur. But there are some menopause apps out there. So we talked about, there was one that, Caniston, not to promote it, but Caniston have a menopause tracker. It's called, someone's put it in the chat. I'm going to check it back on my phone again. There is also the menopause, Cans Meno. I'm going to pop it in the chat because menopause, Caniston have a menopause app, which I think is fantastic. I'm going to pop this in the chat, what it's called. Cans. Oh, spell it right, Jackie. Cans Meno. That's one. Cans Meno. That's in the chat. Cans Meno. There's also a menopause app called the Perimenopause app. This is with Flow Health. I'll pop that in the chat as well again. Flow Health. Now, Flow, if you've used Flow before, you may have used Flow for your menstrual cycles. Flow has a perimenopause app. I don't know how long it's been about. I haven't used any of these apps. So if you use it, do let me know how it is and let the community members know. How is it? So there's that app as well. So those are the apps you can use. But yeah, my menopause tracker was on my phone and on paper. But when you're tracking your menopause, please track every single thing. I'll say it again, everything. If you are having a headache, how long your headache's been there for, the intensity of it, whether you use 1 to 5 or 1 to 10, where is it? How is it making you feel? Everything. So you have got a holistic overview of information when you go to your GP. So you're presenting your GP with these things. So your GP is not saying, oh, go away, and if it's still there in a week or 2 weeks, no. Give your GP as much information as possible. This is why we need to advocate for ourselves so well that we've got all the information there. If your GP says, oh, go away, and if it's there for another week. No, it's been there for 2 weeks already. 2 weeks too much. 2 weeks, okay? It's been there for 2 weeks already. So I'm not prepared to go away for another week. So we need to deal with it now. We have to put our foot down sometime. Yeah. Sometimes we just have to put our foot down. Sometimes we have to switch before someone listens to us. And that doesn't always have to be shouting or anything. But sometimes we do have to switch our personality sometimes, to be heard. And if we have to switch, we're going to switch. Right. I am... Please, I heard... Okay. So if you are part of the Menopause Wellness community, you do know already that we meet up Tuesdays, Thursdays and Sundays. If you want that, my phone going. If you want any information around what is going to be beneficial to eat during the menopause, what is going to be beneficial in terms of herbs and spices, any self-care tips, any information on hormones, any information on perimenopause, menopause or postmenopause, any information on perimenopause and menopause symptoms, I've got a lot of information that I'm more than happy to share with you. All you need to do is DM me here, or go onto my page and click on the email link. It will open up a email to the Menopause Wellness community, and I will send you the information today. I will send it to you today. I'm a woman of my word, and I will send it to you today. I just came on here just to remind everyone about the event that was happening, the Embracing Menopause event on the 20th of October. It's on a Monday. It's a free event. It is free, and also that we're going to do that. And remember, I'm going to keep doing it. This book, Hot, Wise, and Unapologetic. Because we are hot, wise, and we are unapologetic. That's what we are. Us menopause warriors, we are. A journey through menopause with power and grace. We are absolutely navigating through this journey with power and grace. Okay? This book is available. It is going to be available as an ebook as well. I will announce it when it is now available as an ebook. But at the moment, it's only paperback. Okay, the book is available. I'm going to be letting you know. I'll keep you informed about the ebook. I'm just checking if there's any more. I'm going to go shortly because my throat is hurting me. I'm going to go shortly, and so if there's any more. But if you have been in the live, I appreciate you being here. If you've been in the live, or you've been on the For You page and not want to join the live, that's fine. I shout out to the For You page people, the For You page observers, because I do that sometimes. I like to take a step back and just look in to see if it's any value before I actually step in. If you are interested in joining the community, all you need to do is follow. We are here Tuesdays, Thursdays and Sundays. Sunday we're going to meet up, and we're going to just do a check-in and just have a chat. And then the following week, we've got some guest speakers. Petra came on and we talked all things menopause. We have decided to do a monthly feature on all things menopause, and we are going to be having Ezra back, the voice of reason. Ezra spoke about mindset and motivation. He's coming back on the 9th, so I'm going to post those things out as well. But yeah, just those things. That's it, I think that's it. So if you are on the For You page and you're wanting to join, all you need to do is just follow, and then you are part of the Menopause Wellness community. You are a menopause warrior along with everyone else. We are here. We support each other. Yeah. Questions. If you have any questions and you didn't want to put it in the chat because you thought, no, I don't want to put it, it's too personal, or I don't want to put it because someone might say I should know that. No, we're not judging here. We're not judging you at all. We're here to understand and get more knowledge, right? You ask a question because you don't know it. If I don't know the answer, I'm not going to BS you. I'm going to go and find out the information, okay? So if you do have a question and you didn't want to put it in the chat because you didn't feel comfortable to put it in the chat, DM me it. DM me the question and I'll get back to you. I will absolutely. I've got time for everyone. I'm just checking... Hi, Only Franz. Good. I'm glad you like this. Communities amazing. Oh, thank you, Claire. Do you know what? For me, I just want to empower and uplift, because I just remember back to what I was feeling like when I was navigating through my perimenopause. When I identified in my mind that I was navigating through perimenopause. And I went to my GP the first time and got sent away. I went back the second time and got sent away again. I went back the third time, had a blood test, and the blood test came back showing that I wasn't in menopause. And I absolutely was in menopause. I was navigating through it. So, this community is just, for me, my cup is full and it's overflowing, and I can give time for everyone else. And that's what I'm going to continue to do. But we will be having, other than this first face-to-face event in October, in this month, on the 20th, we are going to start having other events. I'm going to look at doing coffee mornings. I'm going to look at just meeting up in different locations in the UK. I'm based in the UK. That's why it's in the UK. Going to have a look at different locations based around the UK to meet up for coffee mornings, to meet up for different events. That's what I'm going to start looking at doing. So keep tuned. If you've got any ideas as well, it's your community, let me know. I will listen. I've got time. I'm wondering if it's all connected to perimenopause. Is that your symptoms you're referring to? I was saying I would do a similar thing on my own life. So there's lots of women that could go. Absolutely, we can. OnlyFans, definitely. Get in contact. I'd love to collaborate. At the end of the day, yes, I am a menopause wellness practitioner as well as a menopause nutrition and weight loss management practitioner. There are going to be others out there. Okay. There's room for everyone. Trust me, there's room for everyone. Why not collaborate? I collaborate with Petra Boddington. She is a menopause coach, and she's a menopause advocate, and she does a lot of menopause. She's based in Gibraltar. She does a lot for menopause, and she specializes in women who are navigating through cancer as well. So yeah, why not collaborate? Absolutely. But yeah, do reach out to me. If you want to do any collabs, reach out to me and we will talk. Like, my GP sent me away. Oh, Jessica, I'm sorry to hear that. 38 the GP may have gone on a training for 1 hour, and on that training it more than likely will say that menopause happens around the age of 45 to 55. It can absolutely happen earlier. Yeah, I started my perimenopause at 42. Some people have experienced it a lot younger than that. So to tell you to go away, that's not good. Seek a second opinion. Or just bring with you. I can send you some information so you can bring it back to your GP. Look, yes, it says that in the UK, but you can actually have you can start navigating your menopause a lot earlier than 45 to 55. You can. Sometimes we need to be a bit pushy, don't we? We absolutely need to be a bit pushy. I've been visible. Oh, that's fantastic. Oh, and you teach baby first aid. Oh, OnlyFans. That's great to hear. I'm a first aid instructor and I'm a first responder as well. So that's what I do full time. That's what I normally do outside of this. I normally do first aid. I teach first aid as well. Oh, fantastic. Petra was amazing. Yeah, she is. Petra, listen. Petra is going to speak the truth. So we're going to have monthly talking all things menopause. We'll schedule the next one already. I'm going to post this afternoon about it. Okay, great. Yeah, we should talk, OnlyFans, definitely catch up and have a chat. Is it true that the research menopause on 45-year-old men? Is it true that the research menopause on 45-year-old men? Menopause. People have been asking me that a lot about men and menopause, as in, do men go through menopause? There is something called andropause that men go through. And this is their testosterone levels will start declining. And it makes sense, right? Us as women, our hormones our hormone levels start declining as we get older, more wiser, more graceful, and more beautiful. Our hormone levels will start declining, okay? And at post-menopause, they will stabilize. So it makes sense that men's hormones will decline as well, right? As they become older. But yeah, it's something called andropause. Oh, yeah, there's a lot of men talking about menopause on the apps. And you know what? I appreciate it. But then when I first came across them, I thought, who are they to talk about? What do they know about menopause? Well, what do they know about it? Actually, they know what they've read about it, but they can't walk in a woman's shoes. They absolutely cannot walk in a woman's shoes, you know. But it's great that men are taking time to find out about menopause. Absolutely. And it's what I like about the community. The community have men in here as well. We have men that are part of the community, them community members, and they sometimes come up to the stage and talk about menopause as well. So it's fantastic. The more we educate ourselves and others, the better. Okay. What are your thoughts about the difference between disappearance and pose? Remy Adam, welcome to the live. So you're asking my thoughts about the difference between BME experience as opposed to white meno experience. Yes, I did talk on that. So the menopause wellness community have a monthly meet. We didn't have one last month, actually. We have monthly meets. And one of the monthly meets was menopause and black women. Because black women start navigating through their menopause earlier than their white counterparts. Black and ethnic minority women. And it's a thing. This is not something I've plucked out the air. This is not something that I've just made up. There is research, there is evidence out there about this. There's hard evidence out there. The British Menopause Society, you check them out. It's got information about it. Yeah. And so, yeah, we did have a talk about that. I've got some information, Remy, as well. I can happily share it with you. Happy to share it with you. But yeah, we do experience it different degrees of. There's medical evidence out there that we know about childbirth. There's evidence out there. This is not something I pluck out the air. Black women are more likely to experience death in childbirth than their white counterparts, for the fact that they're not being listened to about their pain, the pain threshold. We're apparently supposed to have higher pain thresholds, and people are not listening to us. And yeah, there's a lot going on out there. But yes, there is. We experience our menopause far earlier than white counterparts. And it's a thing. I've got the evidence there. The evidence is here. So if you want some information, please let me reach out and I can send it to you. This is not something I've made up. This is not something I plucked out the air. The evidence is there. And when you go and do research, just check out reliable sources. The British Menopause Society, the NHS, the evidence is there. Thank you. Yes. So I'm going to go. I would like the information too. Yeah. Any information that you'd like, Tabs, just send me a DM. If your DMs are not open, you can go on the page. If you go onto the page, there is an email link. I have linked that email to the Menopause Wellness Community email link. So you just click on it. It'll open up an email and just say to me, Jackie, just remind me, because if you don't say, you just send me an email, I will respond back to you and just say, can you remind me what you would like? Because otherwise I'll bombard you with all this information and you'll probably think, what are you doing, woman? I don't want this. So I like to send what you've asked for. So just send me an email or DM and I'll get that to you today. That's a promise, okay? As I said, I'm a woman of my word. I will send it to you. Is it true that you cannot see a gynecologist once you've had an hysterectomy? What? I've not heard that. I have not heard that. Why would you not see a gynecologist? I don't know. No, I've not heard that. That's a bizarre one for me. Because why wouldn't you see it, a gynae, after you've had that surgery, that surgical procedure? You've still got your anatomy there, right? I've not heard that. I've absolutely not heard that. Please send me any info you have. Yes, I will, Remy. I just need your email. So that's why I say DM me, because if you DM me, I'll respond back to you, but I will ask you, can I have an email? And I'll send it over to you. Don't put it in the chat. DM me or email me. Because if you email me, I'll have your email, won't I? But if you DM me, I will just ask you for your email, or you can DM me your email and I'll send it over to you. I will do that today. I was having cramps, but my GP wants to send her to the hospital because I don't know why. Okay. It's always best to go and get checked out. And it's nice to hear, it's refreshing to hear that your GP is sending you to the hospital to get checked. Because to the GP, that may not be, just to rule things out. So that's good. It's always good to go and get things ruled out. Absolutely. Yeah. Whatever tests I need, I will go and get it just to get things ruled out. Oh, they're not. Again, you can go to your GP and say you'd like to be referred and put your foot down about it. They have to refer you. This is why I say go and do your research beforehand. What specialist do you need to go and see for that specific reason? Go and do your research beforehand. And actually, you're going to go armed to your appointment. So if your GP starts trying to fob you off, well, actually, take your sheets of paper out. Well, what it says on here from such and such, from the NHS or from the British Menopause Society, it actually states this, and I'm entitled to this. We have to know our rights. We have to know our rights. She said, I don't need to see a gynae. Okay. What is that enough for you? Because if I got told I don't need to see somebody, I don't need to see a gynae because I've had my surgery, okay, I would want to dig deeper. We can take, I don't know. You know what? Sometimes with these specialists and GPs, we just take what they say as gospel. I don't know. Even if if a pastor said to me, this is what's happening, I'll question the pastor. That's how I am. I'm going to question the pastor. I'm not believing you because who you are. I want to dig deeper. I want some more information. That's just how I am. Jagurli, how are you? Asked for a blood test to know if I'm actually in menopause, and she refused, but oh my goodness me. Okay. Again, I would ask, why are you refusing? Why are you refusing me a blood test? You're entitled to it. And if your GP is not giving it to you, go and speak to another GP. Get a second opinion. Be referred to a menopause clinic. If there's a menopause clinic close to you, go and speak to a menopause nurse. Your GP may have a menopause nurse on site. Go and see. Do you know what? It's so frustrating to hear that you get turned away. You're asking for a blood test and you're getting turned away. Is it because of your age? We've just had someone in the community now just saying that they've gone to their GP and their GP has turned them away because of their age. And the GP is saying to them, no, you're too young. That is so frustrating. I got told that as well years ago. Someone going to the GP and saying, these are my symptoms. And the GP saying, no, that can't be a symptom. You can't be having that. You're too young. How the heck can you tell me what I'm feeling? Oh my goodness me. Let's not even start. Don't even get me started. Please don't get me started. How the heck can you be told you are not feeling that after you've just told them that you're experiencing these symptoms? This is what you're feeling. Please respect what I'm saying to you. You're not listening to me. Please go and get a second opinion. You're entitled to it. But what is prescribed me? Want to prescribe you HRT. Oh, so they don't want you to take a blood test, but they want to prescribe you HRT. Nah. Do you want me to come speak to them? No, that's out of order. Don't want to give me a blood test, but you want to prescribe me HRT. That don't make it make sense. Just make it make sense for me. No, you're going to have to switch on them. Your girlies, switch on them. Switch. Because they're really not listening to you. Really not listening. That is so... This is when, we go to our GPs, things like that happen, then we start walking away feeling, gosh, am I actually going mad? Am I going insane? Am I actually feeling this? Or is it just in my mind? No. You have to make that make sense. You don't want to give me a blood test, but you want to give me HRT. What are you telling me? Yeah, go back. Put your foot down. Just remember, those of you who've joined, I shared with the community earlier on, a GP only has 1 hour of menopause training. 1 hour. Unless they then take it upon themselves or go and do some more training, then their knowledge is now wider. But a GP has 1 hour of menopause training. So this is why I'm saying, when you go to your GP, bring your sheets of paper with you. This is my research. So on top of your 1 hour training, I'm going to teach you this now. This is what it's saying here, right? Please be an advocate for yourself. I've gone to a GP with a complaint of chest pains. I was having chest pains some time ago. This was some time ago. And I went to my GP, and it was a locum GP. And I said to her, I'm concerned. I'm getting chest pains. And I'm concerned that it may be a heart attack. And do you know what she did? She looked at me and said, don't be silly. Heart attacks come on all of a sudden. And I said to her, no, you can have 4 weeks of symptoms 4 weeks of symptoms before you have a heart attack. She looked at me and she sent me straight to the GP, straight to the hospital to get a scan. Right? Now, I know this information because I've been medically trained in terms of I'm a first responder. So I know my stuff. So when a GP is telling me BS, I don't want to say it, BS, I'm going to tell the GP something different. But what the GP is telling you, it has to make sense. Make it make sense, my friend. Make it make sense. Don't tell me, you're not giving me a blood test, but you're just offering me HRT like that. Oh, no. Jo Girlie, please let me know how you get on. Please let me know how you get on. I'm genuinely interested because you know what? We have to be militant sometimes, This is what I'm saying. We have to switch sometimes. And it's not what we want to do, but that's the only way we're going to be heard and understood. Why do we need to get to them levels before you even listen to me and try and understand me? Yeah, go to your GP armed with your information. GPs only have an hour of menopause training, and unless the GP is going to be specialized in menopause, then they're going to know lots more. They're absolutely going to know lots more. But generally, your GP has probably only had 1 hour of menopause training. What information you've got and done your research, you might have come across more things than they know. So yeah, this is the frustrating thing about not being listened to and not being heard. This is why the menopause wellness community is here. You're welcome. Okay, and you know when you have hysterectomies, whether it's a partial hysterectomy or a full hysterectomy will then induce your menopause symptoms. Will absolutely induce it. This is what we call medically induced, surgically induced menopause. And I hope that you get told this information before you get given, you go for your procedure. Because for some reason, consultants or GPs are missing this information out. And it's absolutely important that you know that. And sometimes, you know what, we've got to take a stance where we need to take accountability sometimes in terms of, right, we know we're going for a surgical procedure. Our GP has told us as much as they've told us, or the consultants have told us as much as they've told us. Let's do some research ourselves, ladies. Let's do research ourselves. What am I going to expect after my surgery? If I don't get that aftercare, what am I going to expect? What could possibly happen thereafter? Go and do our research. My GP swapped my patch for gel and reduced my prescription without discount. What? What are you telling me? LMJ? Nah. Your GP swapped your patch to gels. Oh, for my patch for gel. And reduced the... Without discussing it with you. What did you do? What did you do? Oh, do you know what? These GPs that are not listening. That is so frustrating. That is taking away your power. GPs shouldn't be doing that. They can't just switch up like that without consulting you. Oh my goodness me. What did you say to your GP? Because, this is why my GP probably don't like me, because I'm not leaving that surgery. No, you're not telling me that I need to do this. I'm not doing it if I don't want to do it. I'm absolutely not doing it if I don't want to do it. How dare you swap my patch to gel and reduce the prescription, the dosage, without consulting me, without just doing it like that? You need to go and find out why they've done it. It may be that they've reviewed it, but they should have reviewed it with you, not without you. But no, ask the questions why. And we shouldn't be afraid to ask our GPs why. They're GPs and they've studied for years, but they're humans. They can get things so wrong sometimes. So if our GP is saying, okay, if you have that on a prescription and on a regular basis, and all of a sudden it's changed, go back to your GP and ask why. You're entitled to know why. You don't have to take... Oh, my goodness me. Listen. No. Okay. Yeah, go and speak to your GP. Jagirly, I'm getting all passionate about this now. It's just like, no, what are these GPs doing? Not all GPs, but no. That to me has just totally disrespected you. They haven't consulted with you. They've just swapped up your patch to gel. How do they know that you wanted to do that? Listen, I'm all here kissing my teeth now, Star. Listen, let me just calm down. Okay. Listen, we need to take back control. Our GPs cannot tell us that we have to. We don't have to do jack. We don't have to do it. And if you feel it's not right for you, don't do it. Don't be bullied into doing something that you're not happy with. Don't do it. Oh, you're welcome. This has been, do you know what? As I said, I came on to do an impromptu live. I didn't expect to stay on this long. And those of you on the For You page, if you've been watching in, thank you for staying around. And I'm Jackie. I'm a menopause wellness practitioner, as well as a menopause nutrition and weight loss management practitioner. I set up the menopause wellness community because I felt that I wasn't listened to, I wasn't heard, I wasn't understood. And I navigated through my menopause feeling alone. And this is one of the main reasons why I set up the community. I myself, I'm in postmenopause now. But yeah, this is a community, a safe space to be heard and understood and to support each other. We support each other in the community. There are not just menopause warriors in the community. There are men as well in the community that generally want to support their wives, their girlfriends, their partners. And they're here. They come on they come on during the lives and they ask questions. We had a men and menopause live as well, which was fantastic to hear the male perspective. Even one of our menopause one of our community ambassadors, it was Claire actually, her husband came on and had a chat about how he was feeling whilst Claire's navigating through the menopause. So yeah, it's good. And do you know what? I am really proud of that. We are able to speak open about it and be unapologetic about it, because we've got to stop saying sorry. We got to stop saying sorry for this brain fog. We got to stop saying sorry for the lack of concentration. We got to stop saying sorry for all the sweats we're bussing in the middle of a conversation. Look, this is the menopause. Accept me as I am. We've got to take back control. Yeah, we've got to embrace it as much as we can embrace it, because everyone's going to be different. As much as we can embrace it, because when we start embracing it, I'm telling you, warriors, you find a different you. Yeah. Yes. My GP won't give me nothing. I feel so alone, struggling with it. Oh, user 558. I'm so sorry to hear that. I would advise to go and seek support from another GP. You know what? Sometimes we feel, oh, the GP's been in the family since, seeing my grandparents and my parents and now me. Listen, we don't have to be loyal to our GPs. We really don't have to be loyal to our GPs. Go and see another GP. Go and ask to see another GP in your GP surgery, or just go and sign up with another GP. Go and put into Google, okay? Do a Google search on menopause clinics, menopause nurses at GP practice, and see what comes up with, and go and see someone else. There's nothing worse than going to GPs or going to see consultants time and time again, and you are not being listened to. You are not having your symptoms validated. They're not turning around saying, oh, I'm sorry that you're experiencing that. Let me know a bit more. How is it making you feel? How is it impacting your life? Rather than just saying, you're too young, or you can't be feeling that symptom. Don't be silly. That's not a symptom that you're experiencing. Are you sure it's not something else? No. Because it will absolutely make you start feeling that you're going insane. And you're not. You're not going insane. I read out earlier on the symptoms of menopause, right? Menopause and perimenopause. Read them out. There are so much more than this, right? What law did you say is changing? Okay, tabs, the law. The employment law bill, the 2026, if you go and check out the employment law bill, it was updated in October 2024. And it includes lots of things, but it also includes menopause. And as of 2026, employers, and I don't know why they're only doing it for employers with 250 or more employees, but employers with 250 more employees will need to publish a menopause policy. Yeah, they're going to have to publish that. And for those employers with less than 250 employees, they will get given support around how to put a menopause policy together. Your employers will have to start making reasonable adjustments. Now, what does reasonable adjustments mean? Again, one size doesn't fit all. It doesn't mean that if Sarah is in the office and she's busting a sweat, they're just going to give you a little fan on your table. Sarah might need more than just a fan. So they have to have conversations to find out what is going to be those reasonable adjustments for those employees. They have to. So now we've got the law on our side. So when you're at work and you are navigating through your menopause and you are finding it a challenge, you need to go and speak up. Because unfortunately, your bosses are not going to be mind readers. Just because of your age, it doesn't necessarily mean you are navigating through your menopause. So speak to your managers, okay? Speak to your senior staff, because they're going to have to do something about it. The law is absolutely on our side now. There is a post on my page, on the community page rather. There's a post on the community page about it. And that's one of the posts that got the most views. I think it was something like, I can't remember how many views on there, but it's got the most views because that is something that is changing. And some workplaces have started doing it already, which is fantastic. Some workplaces have started doing it already. Go and have a look at the post. There's some more information on there. It's a lot more detailed that I'm saying, because was it in the employment bill? Yeah. Have a look at the post and that will give you some information on there. Yeah, user 558. Please go and I suggest go and speak to another GP. Your GP is not fit for purpose right now. If they're not listening to you, they're not fit for purpose, right? That's what I say. If something is not fit for purpose anymore, we're just going to switch it up a little bit. That's what we're going to do. So go and switch up your GP. Go and speak to another GP that actually, you're well within your right to ask your GP before signing up or going to speak to them. Do you have knowledge on the menopause? And if they say, oh yeah, I'm specialising in it, then that's the GP you want to see. Because remember, GPs, generally, they have 1 hour of they have 1 hour of menopause training. And an hour is not a lot, is it? An hour is absolutely not a lot. And this is why you may get the theme coming up, and it comes up a lot. GPs, no, you're too young. Because probably on that 1 hour training, it probably states that menopause or perimenopause does not start until around 45 to 55 years old. We know that's bull BS. We know that's BS. Because it can start earlier. And it can start after having surgery as well. Okay? So, go and find a different GP. I was told my cramps are probably stomach bacteria. It is just frustrating. It is. And so if you got told that, Tubbs, it was probably, what have they done to rule that out? What tests have they given you to rule it out? This is what I'm saying. Why are we accepting? We've gone to our GP, gone with a symptom, let them know, and then they're now saying, oh, it's probably this. Well, can we just rule it out then and find out that it is exactly that, what you think it is? Send me for the appropriate tests so we can say, yes, it is actually that. Thank you. Rather than just saying, oh, it's probably. Probably ain't good enough. So let's go back and just ask, let's rule it out and let's go and send me for the tests then. Because probably it ain't good enough for me. I want a definite. It's definitely that rather than a probably. Because that's telling me that you're not sure. Yeah. Go back. Let's be an advocate for ourselves. Let's not be afraid to say, look, I'm not happy with that. Just because they're a GP and they studied all those years, I'm sorry, what you've just said, I'm not happy with what you just said. I'd like to be referred to whoever can find out that it actually is a stomach bacteria, rather than telling me it's probably. And then now you're going away in pain. No, that's not on. It's not on. Shine, hi, how are you? Okay. Menopause warriors. I'm going through the menopause. Hi, Kareen, how are you? Hi, Grace. Yeah, ladies, we need to just be an advocate for ourselves, right? Do we know? Hi, Brenda. Do we know the symptoms? Yeah? Do we know the symptoms? I'm going to quickly go through these symptoms again, right? You may be saying, tick, tick, I've got that, I've got that, I've got that. Insomnia, palpitations, vaginal dryness, weight loss, hair loss, dry skin, muscle pain, acne, blood pressure dips, incontinence, depression, eczema, I call it eczema, blood pressure spikes, hot flushes, low libido, anxiety, pain during being intimate, pain during sex, migraines, blood pressure spikes, brittle nails, vaginal atrophy, that's inflammation of the vagina, dizziness, fatigue, weight gain, panic attacks, joint pain, nausea, food cravings, breast pain, extra heavy periods, forgetfulness, lack of concentration, shortness of breath, unpleasant body odor, tingling hands, tingling feet, severe cramping, increased body hair, breast changes, skin sensitivity, numbness to hands, to feet, extra long periods, depth perception issues, paranoia, constipation, bowel issues, fluid retention, clumsiness, underarm odor, blurry vision, chills, voice pitch changes, loss of bone density, irregular heartbeat, difficulty swallowing, back pain, indigestion, bleeding gums, crawling skin, irritability, bad breath, aching teeth, frequent urination, high libido, frequent UTIs, facial hair, dry mouth, dry tongue, excess mucus, incontinence back there, bloating, itching, tinnitus, that's the ringing in the ears, worsening allergies, irregular periods, vertigo, gum pain, brain fog, dry eyes, psoriasis, thrush, flooding, acid reflux, rage, burning tongue, brittle hair, dry hair, metallic taste in the mouth, vaginal itching, it's pronounced rosacea. I can't pronounce it properly. That's inflammation. That's skin condition. Electric shocks, restless legs, pins and needles, random tears. And the last one I've got here is metabolism changes. Now, you may have come across some of those. You may have said, Jackie, you haven't mentioned this. I'm telling you, there's absolutely more than that. Way absolutely more than that. Bodily training helps without workout every day. Yeah, hella, it does. Our body needs to move, right? Our bodies are not equipped to be sitting there for hours on end and not moving. It will just seize up. It will absolutely seize up. So we do need to look after ourselves. And if that means going for a walk, move your body. Move your body. Put on some music in the house and start dancing. It's exercise, right? Start dancing. Angela, hi. I'm 6 weeks post hysterectomy. No HRT as yet. Trying without. Okay, it's good. You try. So your journey is going to be, your journey is your journey. That's what we've got to remember. No matter how many times our friends say, oh, this works for me, that works for me. You should try this. You should try this. Advice is just advice. We don't have to take it. You are going to be on a second journey whilst on your menopause journey. And you're going to be on that second journey, try to identifying what works for you. So it's good that you're not doing HRT at the moment. You're just trying it without. Fantastic. What works for one person may not work for somebody else. One size does not fit all. And that's the reality. Doesn't fit all. Hi, Jade. 591. Jossie, how are you? Ray, anxiety is a big one for me. I'm sorry to hear that, Ray. What are you? Have you gone to see your GP about it? And what have they suggested that you do? What have you suggested that they do? You do, rather. Natural herbs can help with menopause. Yes, you're right, Corinne. You are very right. Natural herbs can help with menopause. And of course, I have a list of herbs and spices that I can send to you. I currently take, what do I take? I take evening primrose and starflower oil. I also have used black cohosh in the past. Dankoi is supposed to be good. That's a Chinese herbal. That's Chinese herb. Also, moringa. That's what I was trying to think of. It come to me now. Moringa I take moringa seeds. You can have moringa powder as well. Sea moss is a big part of my life. Sea moss. I take it all the time. So yeah, do your research. Do your research and find out what may be potentially out there that is going to work for you. And as I said before, you don't know what is going to work for you until you actually try it. Yeah. When I first tried magnesium, I tried powder form because one of my friends said to try it. Fantastic work for her. I tried it in the powder form and it gave me an excruciating headache. Within an hour of taking it, I had an excruciating headache. So I know I cannot take the powder form. So I'm now trialing the tablet form. Not yet seen a difference, but I'm trialing it. I'm trying to be consistent with it because, to be honest with you, I've not been consistent with it because I'm taking other things as well. So once I start being consistent with it, then I can say, is it working for me? Because that magnesium is good to help with sleep. And I have a lot of night sweats. Oh, it's horrible. So I have a lot of disturbed sleep. Thank you very much, Corinne. I counted about 11 of those. You counted about 11. That's a lot even. You know what I think? One of those symptoms is one too many. I'd rather not have any symptoms of the menopause. Any, right? One is one too many. But I've read out about 90, I think. 90 symptoms. And when I hear people in the community saying to me, oh, Jackie, I've got about 80%. I've got 70 or 80% of those symptoms. That is a lot. You've just said you've got 11. That's a lot. It's a lot. And this is the thing. This is why I'm finding that in my cupboard, I take so many different things because one, the black coash was helping with night sweats. Magnesium helps with sleep until you ended up taking a whole lot of things. So this is why I say, do your research. Hi, Mohammed. I'm 45. I think I'm starting perimenopause. Jossie, hi, welcome. It could well be. What makes you think you're starting it? What signs and symptoms are there that you think that you're starting it? And do you know what? If anyone is thinking that they are starting their perimenopause, do not doubt yourself. Okay? Because our body has a way of signaling to us. I was 42 at the time when I started experiencing night sweats. The night sweats were sweating, very aggressive, changing bed sheets early hours of the morning, everything. That's how I knew. So if you are experiencing symptoms, any signs, listen to your body. Don't get me wrong, you could go to the GP and it gets ruled out. Okay? Remember, if you research perimenopause, it will state around 45 to 55 years old. In the UK, it's generally at the age of 51. We're going to take that with a pinch of salt because it can be younger, much younger, and it can be older as well. Okay? You know your body. I've been going through all these symptoms. Doctors can't find what's wrong with me. Jodie, have they said, welcome, have they said that you are menopausal? Are they even linking your symptoms to the menopause? Hi, Mandy. Absolutely. Your mind goes blank. You lose lack of concentration, brain fog, and when our body's hot, the brain fog can fog even more. Absolutely can fog even more. So, yes, the answer is yes to that. You go blank. You absolutely lose your trail of thought. So you forget what you were saying. I've got to the point where I forget what I was saying and forget where I am. Absolutely. And you think to yourself, what is going on? Yes, it absolutely can. Do it come back? Because it goes. Does it come back? Okay, so I'm going to go back to, I've said this before, what we choose to consume. Because our hormone levels are declining, and they do stabilize. In postmenopause, they will start to stabilize, okay? But they're not going to be as great as they were. What can we do to help with our memory and concentration? Thank you for the heart me. Things like brain training, going to, there's lots of activities for brain training. Colouring in is supposed to be good. I know colouring in, people think it's a kiddies thing, but colouring in is good, okay? All these things around to train your brain. So those things can help as well. And I kind of think that I went on a course the other day. I didn't train it. I was a participant on the course, and it was around dementia, and I was updating my knowledge. And you know what? I say to myself, oh my gosh, all these symptoms of dementia, you can think that this is coming up, and this is menopause as well. So that's why a lot of women say to me, I think I'm getting dementia. It feels like it, because if you look at the symptoms of it, they're very much, they mirror each other. Yeah. But brain training, socializing, you know what, as humans, and sometimes we want to be by ourselves, and I get that. Sometimes we are in isolation because we don't have the network of people that we can go and socialize with. Humans need human contact, whether it's like this or face to face. Being by ourselves is not good for the brain. Absolutely. It's not good for the brain. We need to communicate. So there's things that we can do. I'm not saying that remember, I said earlier on, our hormones are like this. And then as we get older and older, our hormones will start declining. They may fluctuate, and then they will start declining. By postmenopause, they may be like this. They're not going to come back. There's things that we can do, foods that we choose to eat. Exercising is good, like someone's mentioned already. Exercising is good. Things that we do that will help make it better, but we're never going to get that level back again. But we can maintain that, stabilize, and add to it. Absolutely. Yeah. I'm good, thank you. How are you? Avoid processed food, Helly. Yes. You're right. Processed foods, Processed foods. I don't eat processed foods. As I said, I've shared in the community earlier on that I stopped eating refined sugar 6 years or longer. And I noticed the difference within a matter of weeks. I noticed the difference when you cut out refined sugar. Makes a big difference. And I'm telling you now, the changes that you make, whether they're drastic changes or they're small changes, your body's going to thank you for it. Absolutely thank you for it. Because the food we choose to consume will have an impact on our health. It has an impact on our health. And no one ain't going to be shouting from the roofs, eat this, it's better for you, eat this. So why do they sell processed food? It's cheap. A lot of the time it's cheap. It's convenient for a lot of people. Sometimes we can't afford organic foods, but actually we don't really realize what impact it's having on our bodies. You're very right, Helly. We need to be mindful about what we're feeding our bodies. We really do. Yeah. And the thing is, we're in a society where the society needs sick people. They do. The society needs sick people. If they weren't sick people, there will be no NHS. There will be no pharmaceuticals. There will be no GPs. They need sick people. I went to my GP probably about It was last year, actually, I went to my GP. I go for a health check every year. I went to my GP and for my health check, regular health check, and I came away, and within 24 hours, I received a text message from my GP saying that I am pre-diabetic. I'm pre-diabetes. Thank you. And I thought to myself, oh, that's not good, because diabetes is in my family rife. Everyone in my family has got diabetes, apart from me at the moment. Well, my children don't have it, but every older generation, sorry. Thank you. And so seeing that I was at the stage of pre-diabetes, the GP also offered me to join a clinic. And I signed up straight away. But I also said, I'm going to take responsibility and do something about it as well. I signed up last year and I've not heard from my GP yet. Because if I wasn't the person to take responsibility, I would definitely be a diabetic right now. I would have diabetes because my GP hasn't got back to me. But I took control and I said, you know what? The doctor said that I'm pre-diabetes. I'm not going to become a diabetic. I'm not going to have it. So I went and changed my diet, as in changed the way I eat, what I eat, and I started exercising a lot more than I did. And I'm telling you now, I know if I go back to the GP, they're not going to tell me that. They're absolutely not going to tell me that. As well, I take my blood pressure and I take my bloods as well anyway. Because bearing in mind, I've got that equipment at home. Being a first responder, I've got that equipment at home to do it. But it just goes to show you, my GP has still not got in contact with me over a year, that my GP, after telling me that I am pre-diabetes. Yeah. If I'm not taking control, then I definitely will. The next thing, they're going to say to me that I need to start injecting, or I need to start taking metformin. I need to start taking it because I'm actually now, I'm diabetic. Because now the pharmaceuticals can push some drugs my way, me take them. Whose pockets are being lined? This is why we need to just be mindful. We really need to be mindful what we're putting in our bodies, what we choose to put in our bodies. I'm really sorry to hear that, Mandy. Again, I'm just going to say, speak to your GP. Speak to your GP, and I'm hoping your GP doesn't just go and give you antidepressants, I can send you some information around self-care. Panic attacks are not nice. They're not nice. They're absolutely not nice. They can feel like a heart attack, to be honest with you, panic attacks. They're not nice. I can send you some information if you want to reach out to me. I'll remember to try and reach out to you afterwards and get your email so I can send some information over to you. Face-to-face is better. Yeah, face-to-face. I thought, okay. Right. So if anyone wants any information, I'm going to go because my voice is going. And I got menopause. Yes, menopause is not a joke, I tell you. It feels like it's just come into your life and it's kicked you in the backside. And you know what? I refuse to let it break me. And this is why I'm going to be shouting from the roofs. For those of you in the community who are not confident enough to shout from the roofs, my doorbell's ringing, then, I'm going to take you downstairs with me, actually. I'm going to be here to advocate for you as well. Absolutely be here to advocate for you. I'm going to see. I've got my door. Sorry. I'm going to bring you downstairs to just see. Just one moment. Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
We're missionaries for our church.
Sorry. I'm just on a call at the moment. Sorry.
Would you like to come to church with us today?
No, thank you. Thank you.
Have a great evening.
You too. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay. Right. I'm going to get going, everyone. because I have got so much stuff to do. But it's been really nice talking to you. I'm going to be back on live. My scheduled lives are Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays. So I'm going to be back on, what's today? It's Saturday. I'm back tomorrow. Tomorrow, 8 o'clock. Okay, 8 o'clock British summertime. If you've got any questions, please. And I'll just see this one. It's Mandy. I've got... Yeah, I'm gonna. If you got any questions, just reach out to me, and I will just send you over the information. If everyone's reached out to me, send you over the information. Couple of things that I do at the end of the live. 2 things. I always send a virtual hug to everyone. So sending a virtual hug. Second thing, I always let you know that you're not alone. You're absolutely not alone. If you feel alone after this live has ended, please go and find someone that A, you trust, B, that will listen to you, and C, that they will understand you. If not me, someone else. Okay, but have a enjoy the rest of your day, everyone. Stay blessed, and I will see you all on Sunday at 8 p.m. British summertime. Bye.